way too loose, sorry, way too tight, so it was pulling all of that back thread up, and then way too loose, so it was pulling the top thread through to the back. You can see the dark green in there, and then just right. Goldilocks tension. That's what we want.
And if you do want the machine ones,
they're on there
somewhere.
On the website somewhere. They're on there somewhere.
You'll find all the craft yourself silly stuff on there.
What we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit more on this salon stitch, just finish this row, and then we're going to go on and do this heavy chain.
Perfect.
So what I've got here is, I started with a running stitch, and this kind of continues on exactly the same way as you started off. You create almost create a loop, come round and create a C shape, down through your previous stitch. So I'm going down through what would be this piece on this one, and then just pull it down. And the key with this is just it's tension.
Okay.
Not too tight.
And so that looks
so create a loop.
Relatively loose though.
It is relatively loose, but if you pull it too tight, this is why we did this one.
I see.
That's what you get. So that's what you're trying to avoid. Nice. We've got one that's Claire's done here for us, and you can see she's done a whole variety of different ones there. So she's done wider and looser and all sorts of different kind of permutations, different number of stitches along the top, because you see this one's got less than this one, and they're there to have a play with. And you see that you see the first ones where she hasn't attached it at the top, and then she has done the running stitch along the top, and you can see it does make a difference, because you can either span it if you want to and just hook them on, or you can stitch it. I prefer to put a running stitch on the top because I think it makes it a lot more sturdy, it makes it a lot more solid. Okay. And then once you've got it kind of underway, it's the same thing every time. Create it round in a C, come down through that previous stitch, and then we come round in a C again, and down through that previous stitch over the top. There you go. Just keep going. And then when you get to the end of a row, because I've done this as if I'd stitched all one way and then stitched back the other. When you get to the end of the row, you just simply pull the thread through to the back.
Lovely.
And start your set next row.
The 12 o'clock show.
So then you go
about that earlier,
into there. So pull it through to the back, and then normally I would just come back up a little bit further down and start again.
Working
in the other direction, go back and forth, back and forth.
What sort of feedback have you had from stitchers with regards to these?
We get a lot of brand new stitchers who are completely kind of new to the craft, wanting to learn, and they'll start with things like the running stitch and the chain stitch, because they're your two kind of great starting points. And once you've got that, then you've kind of got the hang of most of it, and most of it is variations on it. And we get a lot of new people think, oh, thanks very much, it's been like it's like a sewing lesson in a box.
Yes, yeah.
And we get more advanced sewers who, one came in today actually, a lady came in today to drop me some samples off to take to America, and she said she's been stitching for ages, and there are stitches that she's never, or she actually said there's stitches that she's never used because they look difficult, she's been scared of them, she's tried them once, but she's not had the kind of right guidance to get it working properly. And the fact that there's kind of 6 projects in the book, she says, I can't just do the other 5 and leave that one. I've got to do it. And just because it's a small project, it challenges you, and because it's a small project, you'll kind of finish it because it's only a little one. If it was, you know, a huge kind of tapestry, you'd be like, forget that.
You might, with some of these stitches, you might stitch out that page and think, right, that's it, done it, tick.
Never doing that again.
But then there's others, and you'll think, wow, I thought that was going to be really difficult, but it's a lot easier than I thought.
Once you've got the hang of it, then you're absolutely away.
Now, something that you have been finding on the website is one of those original stitcheries, and this is the knots one. Now, when you think of knots, you instantly think of French knots, and then I kind of stop because I can't think of any more than that. But what have we got in here?
So, what you've got there is you've got French knots, first of all. And with this, the Stitchenaries are all about experimentation and doing things that you wouldn't normally do on your project. So, because you don't maybe want to ruin a project that you've got. So what you do with the little sheep there is you try it with 6 strands and, you know, loads of turns, fewer turns, more strands, less turns. Move it around, have a play with it. Okay. The next one, that's a colonial knot.
I love this effect.
Which is much more consistent. in terms of its size and shape, because sometimes French knots can come out. I mean, that's all the same number of turns and it's all the same number of strands, but you can see some are bigger than others and some aren't quite pulled as tight because I think a French knot is a little more difficult to get used to. Yeah. This one, super simple. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to stick a sneaky one in here.
Oh, okay, right.
Stick a sneaky knot in.
You're also going to learn how to do your bullion knots as well. That was a new one to me as well. And then using those bullion knots to create even more designs. So do treat yourself to these. They are brilliant. And they're fabulous to give as a gift to somebody as well. Very affordable. And if you're a Freedom member, as Janice was telling us all about earlier on, then you are going to be able to get your discounts with these as well. And of course, full instructions with every single one of these, allowing you to create those stitches, but then more importantly, put your book together. And then you've got your reference guide to go back and look at. So, what are we up to?
I'm completely lost, if I'm honest. Oh, no, I've got it.
You got it? You're back in the room.
I'm the wrong way round, that's why.
Is that what it is? Ah, bless you.
It's a stressful day.
We're turning, because of course we covered these earlier on this morning.
We did.
Didn't expect to be quite so busy with these again during this hour. Hence, we've kind of changed things round. Don't forget the stationery with the knots. If you're wanting that particular one, the details on your screen. They are all at £13.49 if you're a Freedom member. So if you're going to build this collection up, I would certainly recommend that you do so. And of course, you can go for them all at the same time if you're wanting to, because you can add them into your basket. We've got ones that are going to cover things like your blanket stitch. You've also going to get your running stitch with these as well, your satin stitch.
I need to go and get my instructions, mate.
Oh, bless you. Don't worry about
it. There's been a bit of a panic this afternoon, hasn't there?
Now, this is another one that's proving to be very popular as well. And this one is your feather stitch. Love the reference where this is where the logic started, and we were like
finished.
Joking about this earlier on, because it started and finished where you've got the little bird there, as you can see. Now, around the edge there, you can see that feather stitch coming into play, but within those pages, you're going to learn lots of different ways. Hayley was talking about the way that they've laid down the different lines here, so as you can learn how to kind of branch out that feather stitch, whether you're wanting to keep it narrow and tight or whether you're wanting to spread that out, how many branches you want coming away from that centerpiece, and of course you're going to learn how to do your straight lines. But then what about if you want to work on the curve? Well, you've got that ability too as well. So here, and that Hayley was saying in the instructions, it explains to you about breaking your design down, whether it's your quarters, whether it's your eighths, whatever size section, to ensure that each one of those arcs that are forming part of that circular or oval shape are balanced. So you've got those stitches, you haven't got a whole gathering of them at one particular point. And again, once you've learned how to master those stitches, you'll be able to use them in different environments, like Christmas trees. Look at that idea, absolutely perfect. Of course, you could turn that around, it could almost be like a vase with all fabulous flowers coming out. Maybe you'll have learned how to do your flowers using your lazy daisies. But have a look at these beautiful feathers created using those stitches. That's what the stationaries are all about. They're all about teaching those basics to you that you can then elaborate on to do your really personalised pieces. I mean, look at these here. Using those leaves there, using those exact same stitches that we saw, but building up the different designs. The way these are coming together, you can see how you've got that main core of your fabulous leaf forming there, almost like the veining, but that's where the stitches are giving you that ability. And each one of those different leaves being a different way of working those stitches. You are going to have so much fun with these. You're loving these. We're getting busier and busier. And as Hayley said, you've always got a printed panel where you can literally go free rein with these, perhaps using some of those examples that you've learnt within that stationery to create your own little book. Now, if you're wanting this one, this is your feather stitch, the details of which are on your screen there, £13.49 if you're a Freedom member. 445328. What are you up to over there, Hayley?
I'm doing a heavy or a double chain stitch.
Okay.
So the way that this works is, maybe should have done a deeper one.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's all right, we'll get it. Okay, so I've done a chain there.
Okay.
I'm going to start further down to do my next one.
Okay.
But instead of looping through this bottom piece here, I'm looping through the stitch before.
Oh, okay, so it's almost like you're leapfrogging.
So I'm coming through, yes, you're kind of leapfrogging back on yourself. So rather than coming, because that's where you would do your normal chain stitch.
Yeah.
And your normal chain stitch would look like that.
Okay.
It's a very similar colour thread. I've done very well there. So you can see the gaps between it.
Yes.
But instead of going through that one, I'm coming back up and going through the loop of the previous stitch. I'll turn that round a little bit. Just see there. And I'm coming through there. And that's what gives you that really chunky, heavy chain.
I like that. That's a
it's like a French
stitch with attitude, isn't it?
It's good. It's really great for borders and things and outlining. And again, not through that first one.
Okay.
So there's your first stitch.
Yeah.
There's my second stitch. There. That's the one I'm going through the V of.
Who just thought there were so many variants?
Oh, there's
the
an advanced chain stitch coming.
Oh,
don't worry.
Now, do you have a favourite stitch? What do you like to create them with? I bet you don't get the chance to do these for leisure, do you?
I have to do them. Do you know which one I really, really enjoyed? I did the feather stitch one.
Okay.
I liked the quills. I like the cretan stitch. I think that works beautifully.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think that kind of crossover bit in the middle just works fantastically. And I really enjoyed doing this one.
Oh, this is the one where you kind of got
this is a quill stitch.
Almost like it's embossed. This,
yeah,
very effective.
It's a quill stitch. This one, and I did the first one plain, and I did the second one where I actually worked 2 different colours in it. And in the centre, I just did a running stitch and whipped it, and that's in the first of the stittionaries. And you can have a fantastic effect with that. You really, really could.
One of my favourites is a satin stitch one. I like this one. This is
so
why
I you haven't got time to do any, but I can leave you with one. Janice has got about 3 or 4 now. Every time she does a Stittionary show, I seem to lose my studio sample.
Well, it's understandable because these are life skills, aren't they?
Well, they are, and they're one of these things where you'll kind of just sit down and you'll do a bit.
Yeah.
And the lady I was speaking to today came in, because I should have got them out the car. I've got it's Patty Wilson, and she does some fantastic samples because she doesn't like to leave them white.
Yes.
She likes to add colour before she stitches, and it just looks, it really looks stunning.
But the thing I love about it is that you can pick them up and put them down at whatever time you like. So
yeah,
you don't have to think, right, I've got 2 hours. I need to put aside 2 hours to stitch these out. You don't.
No, you just pick them up, do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
Yeah.
And we try to keep them as quite kind of concise projects. So you could just pick that up and think, well, I'll just get the hang of it and I'll just do one of the practice lines. And we do put practice lines in there because sometimes they're really helpful. I like the woven one as well.
Well, this is where you've got dimension. I mean, have a look at this.
Great,
I just thought that you could do this with some embroidery.
How long have we got? Can we crack a picot in? Have we got enough time?
I don't know where we are. I'm having too much fun. We've got a couple of minutes.
Come on then.
How
right,
quick
where's
is a
my
picot?
pins? Super quick.
Look at this.
If I can find a pin.
Particular one.
Or an
one,
alternative needle.
Hold of this one. This is the one that's got your fish on it, and this one is your woven work. Now, every single one of the panels we're talking about comes to you as a flat piece, but don't worry, there are full instructions that explain how you can turn it into your book. But have a look at the kind of things you're going to learn with this one. Petals that you're going to be able to do, those freestanding petals, as you can see on that little flower there. Your fills with regards to these. Look at these absolutely beautiful designs, and again, lots and lots of
so this is the most
pieces.
Basic of the picots, and this is what, you know, we will bring you more complex ones. So
okay.
I've done a stitch that goes up and over my needle at the top there. Should be a nice big pin so you can see where you're going, but this is all I've got.
Okay.
And then I'm coming back up almost where the needle comes in, and then I'm coming round the top, and then we begin to weave.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
She's like, okay.
Okay, right.
I'm going to take it back across the needle just so I've got a nice kind of crossover knot to start with. And then I'm going to go in and out of the threads that I've put there. Usually I would do 5 rather than 3, but we had to be super quick.
Yeah.
So you're trying not to split your threads. And again, tension is important on this one as well, because you don't want it too tight so it all pulls together. You want to keep your tension quite good, but then you want to put plenty of layers in.
Oh, wow. Can we do it all again? Can we start again? I've had a fabulous time learning so much within this hour. Now, of course, you can you'll have the luxury time when you get your Stittionaries at home, because, of course, you'll have full instructions and you'll be able to sit leisurely going through these. And, of course, look at social media. You'll be able to find Hayley and Craft Yourself to be there.
We've got loads of pictures, loads of ideas.
Lots
of stuff on there.
More coming up, though. Stay tuned. Got another amazing hour coming up after the break. For the time being, though, we're going to say goodbye to you. See you later. Bye. So it's that time of day, it's 5 o'clock, final call, last opportunity to get hold of the current one-day special before Matt launches the next one. Oh no, it's Dave launching at 6 o'clock. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafter's Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas. And here at Hochanda, we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Rob from Add Some Sparkle. My wife Jackie and I have been running Add Some Sparkle since 2010 as a small family business. We're both very passionate about papercraft in general, and Jackie's particularly passionate with paper embroidery, which is one of the main things we focus on now. Add Some Sparkle produce paper embroidery kits and products, which is taking a very old and traditional Victorian craft, bringing it up to date with a modern twist in the designs we use. And what's really special for me is the fact that we can get paper embroidery to a wider audience through working with Hochanda. The future for Add Some Sparkle is we'd love to keep working with Hochanda to be able to bring more exciting and new products. We're looking at hopefully bringing some paper embroidery books out onto the market to add to the kits that we already produce and bring. So make sure you don't miss our Add Some Sparkle shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards. We are an award-winning family company based here in the northeast of England. We've been working with Hochanda since the very beginning and the launch of the channel, and we've had such an amazing journey so far. We've been bringing you lots of fabulous new stamps, dyes, glitters, embossing powders, and we've got so much more to bring over the coming years too. Over the coming months and year, we'll bring you some fantastic new products to Hochanda. We'll be extending our dye range and we'll be bringing you some fantastic new stamps as well, along with our gorgeous sparklicious glitters and some fabulous new colours in the wow embossing powders too. It's going to be a brilliant year, and I really hope that we'll bring you something that inspires you in your card making. Don't miss my shows and craft along with me on Hochanda.
The last paper crafting show dedicated in the birthday week as well.
The very last one.
I know. I know. It's rocketed by, but there's been so much going on, hasn't there? We'll be spinning the deal wheel as well, finding out what we're saving you 30% on as we go for the Crafters Companion's 13th birthday. But we have a very exciting... Crafters Companion, along with yourself, Fiona, you always want to make it a special event, and a big launch like this fits perfectly in with that.
I mean, this is the thing. What you've got here is folders which are not only going to emboss, but are going to cut as well. So you get precision cutting, precision embossing in one pass, in a way that if you tried to do it with separate embossing folders and dies, would take you forever.
Yeah, but doing both in one go, one pass, cutting and embossing, as you can see with our two designs that we've got ready to show you. That's a little sneak preview for a couple coming up. But here, you've got the first one-day special. Now, there are 3 one-day specials, each where you could be saving £4. But then there's the complete collection that we'll get to. This is the first pair in the one-day special that you can see there. Love that country cottage.
Beautiful, isn't it? That window's been incredibly popular. In fact, I think it's either limited or it might even have sold out on its own, because some of them are available individually.
Oh my gosh, that happened without me looking. Yeah, it has sold out on its own singly. But you can get it here in the one-day special, saving £4. That flourish corner as well.
Beautiful.
Brilliant saving there. And again, your second option on the one-day special here, you've got the amazing decadent... I love the decadent frame.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And it's so useful for so many things. And that Regal Gates, later on we'll show you some samples, and we will show you just how much you can jazz that up or tone it down. It's a fabulous one, that one.
Love both of those. Again, if you're going for that one, you are saving £4. And then our third choice on the one-day special, again saving £4. You've got the tea for two with the teapot, and then the ornamental frame, which we've been saying will make a lovely cover to a
beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, both of them. You've got the magic mirror in there. Maybe you've got a photograph frame, whatever you want. And again, portrait or landscape, and that fabulous tea for two teapot.
Yeah, they just work. It's completely in there with the on-trend paper cutting as well. So those are your 3 choices on the one-day special. You might think, oh, hang on a minute, it's just 2 minutes past and you've gone through the one-day special already. It's massive. The reason why we want to be quick about that was because almost everybody is going for that complete collection where you save your £4, you carry that saving of £4 forward again, you carry another saving of £4 forward, so you've got all your 3 4s or 12 in your head, carry that forward, and then you've got an additional £6 off when you get the complete collection, and then as a Freedom member, save another £5.90 to knock the price down to £53.95, including your saving on the delivery too, to get all 6 designs that cut and emboss that we've just showed you. You'd expect us to be limited stock. Well, we are approaching limited stock as we speak, with only 57 minutes left to go for your final call. This is the last show to see Fiona demonstrate live and also get hold of you on this special in that big bundle.
I mean,
this is one of your favourites.
take a look at this. Take a look at this. The folders, because it's not just a beautiful folder, but look, you get windows which open, you get flowers which pop forward. There's 12 flowers dies in that frame alone. Incredible, absolutely beautiful for so many things. But you've also got things like this fabulous box. Adore this, because this just shows the versatility of. So you've got there's the complete folder and die cut, of course, as it goes. But look, around the edges of this box, we've used that same folder to decorate the edges. And if we open it up inside the folder, look at this. If you've cut away those gapes, look at that for a frame. Isn't that fun?
It's like an old theatre stage or something.
Wonderful,
really nice,
isn't it?
Really
Wonderful.
lovely. And then just a couple of other examples here to show. That's the T for 2. Really nice sort of paper cut technique on that design for the card. And then also there, that front cover, it just lends itself, doesn't it? That ornate frame to being the front cover to a journal or a diary cover. Love that. So get the complete collection. There are so many more designs to share with you from the design team. Take a look at this quick video, but don't forget to place that order. It's approaching limited. Of what you might be making there. Fiona, over to you on this concept.
Okay, so if you've never seen this before, this is great. We've launched this year in this range, but these are brand new designs. So you can see, there's your teapot design. When I open this up, can you see, look at how many metal dies you've got in this one folder alone. And all of these pop forward. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 butterfly dies, and the circle and the bunting, which is huge. So how you're going to do it is you're going to pop one piece of your card in, facing your dies, just like this, fold the other piece behind, and then treat it like you would a standard embossing folder. So your 2 cutting plates, these will work in anything that you put a standard embossing folder through, but your Gemini, of course, because you've got that pressure, they have been designed to work with this and give you that perfect result. A cut and emboss in one fell swoop. Now, think about this die for now. If you were going to do this any other way, you'd have to put your dies in first and cut them in the right place for your folder, and then emboss it, because if you embossed it and then tried to die cut it, you'd flatten out all your embossing.
Squishing your emboss,
So let's have a look.
There are so many dies in there, die cuts, areas.
Let's have a look at this.
1 or 2 dies
there
already.
we are. So there's your cut out areas. There's your butterflies poking forward.
You'd be placing each die and doing it.
You just wouldn't do it, would you?
No.
You would not do it. So let's pop the butterfly wings forward, just like this. There you go. There you go. pop that one forward too, and that one just down there. There we go. Now look at all of that. Look at all of that detail. If I stick a piece of this lovely glitter card, I'm hoping we've still got this.
But
gosh,
look, I hope so.
Let's look at that. Wow, that is amazing.
Luxury, isn't it?
But look, so that's one look that you can get from this folder, exactly like that. If I give you that one just there.
She's got the gems on it, or
yeah, I've just put some gems and a bit of ribbon, but that's the only difference.
Yeah.
The only difference. Fabulous.
Very nice.
So should we do another one?
Yeah, definitely, Fiona. We've got the glitter card to show at a convenient moment as well.
Well, do you want to do that now while I'm running another one through?
Yeah, most definitely, for sure. This is from the Flutterby Sarah Signature Collection. Sarah, of course, founder of Crafter's Companion. Sarah, who joins us for many of the demonstrations if you're new to our channel. And this is the 4 colourways that you get in the luxury glitter card set from Sarah's Signature Flutterby Collection. You actually get 32 sheets, because normally it would be 16. You'd get 4 of each colour for £9.99, which is very good value. But today, you get double that. So you're saving £9.99. It's a double pack. Over half the stock gone on that, and we have had other card sellouts. So we've been lucky that we've still got any stock at all there of the glitter. And then the foil as well. The foil card. You've got to see this
foil pad. I mean, it is really beautiful. You've got silver foil decoration in there, iridescent, and there's a holographic one which is just like an opal. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, opal. Sorry about that, Fiona. I just trusted you with the card stack. But look at that, you've dusted an ink pad over there. You can't see some of the designs because they're white iridescent. I'll show you an example there with the white spots. That's the iridescent spots that have then been inked over. And I don't know if you can see, if I tilt it away from the light there, you'll see it. So there are loads of different designs here, just while we're brushing the bits out of our card that we just cut, that you can see there. That watermark effect, yeah? There's another one, for example, with a script on it. If I just shadow it slightly, there you go. But you get it home, you'll see it, you know? There's no need to see it on the telly, because you'll be buying it, because you're saving £12.99 on that today. For example, there, just dust some ink over, and the foil resists. This is another really nice card here, where the foil is resisting the inks. And then you can get another nice effect here as well. That's another example where it's as if you've stamped with a white embossing powder and it's resisted, but that's actually the cardstock doing it, the card pack doing it, and then one of the foiled script pages is giving you that effect. So it's very easy. Just get your Harmony inks or your Spectrum Aquas, a bit of glycerin and dab them over. We sparkle pens.
Sparkle pens. Yeah, in fact, so look, here is my folder with all of my butterflies popped out again. So once you've got it like that, of course, what you could do if you want is just colour your teapot in, because you can get in with your sparkle pens if you want. You could be using your inks on these as well. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but look, so you can pick out whatever detail you want to pick out, and that is going to look fabulous. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you can see the idea, and you can see how well that emboss is showing up as well.
Thanks for the fine brush on the sparkle pen. You can get
absolutely lovely. But if I bring this one in, look at this. Look at this. I mean, so that's another look from that same cardstock. Look at that. Wow. So that's 2 different looks from that folder. Should we try for one more? Because I've just run the black card through as well.
Yeah, definitely grab your sparkle pens as well. They're so lovely. I've finally got my hands on some as well. So if you've been resisting, go for it.
Don't resist any further. So let me just pop these out, and then do you know what we're going to do with this? We're just going to pop some gilding wax right over it. So the butterfly wings look amazing.
Ooh, what time is it?
Amazing.
Oh, 11 past. I thought it might hang on until about 20 past. We've just got limited stock right now.
Wow.
That is touch and go whether we'll last the hour now. I thought if it hung on till about 20 past, half past, till limited, but it has just gone limited now on that main big bundle.
Do you know what I think it is? People are saying that in that complete collection you have got cards which are going to last for every occasion, and look how quick they are. This is the thing that I can't get hold of. If I had to try, well, do you know what? I wouldn't even try to position all of those guys in the right place. I just wouldn't do it, because You'd never get it right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 dies, and maybe the same die, because the butterflies are similar, so you'd be moving the same die around and stuff, and also you've embossed and cut in the same pass.
So I'm not going to do the whole one, because needless to say I have got one which was done, but I thought 3 different looks from one folder. That's pretty good in a moment's pass, isn't it? So here we go. That is going to sit just there. If I show you this one, then I'll bring in my one which is finished. Let's just pop a piece of card behind that so that you can really see where you've got all that detail. And then if I bring in the one which I've finished, there we go. Look at that. I mean, but these are minutes. These are minute makes. They look amazing. They really do.
You say 3 different looks. The looks, as we rewind through them, were the lovely look on the white cardstock with a lovely contrasting colour on the background, with your sparkle pens on the foreground for the teapot, and then also there in the gold cardstock with a wonderful pearlescent, iridescent white glitter card just behind as well. So 3 completely different looks from one folder. Just tells you, doesn't it, with 6 different cutting and embossing folders, what you'll be doing today with that big pack. And also on the Freedom price, getting the best saving as well.
Now, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is that foil card, but can you see? It's absolutely beautiful. But if I bring in the butterfly one, now this is the butterfly, which has got that opalescent pearl card. You can just about see it. Look at that. But when you get your inks onto this, it is going to resist. So I'm just going to do some ridiculously quick effects. Oh, well, look at the opal colours coming through.
Really
it's beautiful.
Light, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. But look, the minute you put, now there, how quick can you be with a piece of ink?
Really.
I mean, that is just a scribble, isn't it?
Down,
That is just a scribble. Let me just grab my cloth here.
Bet you're good at the scratch cards, Fiona.
Very quick. But look at this, even with a water-based ink, you can go straight over this. I mean, I'm using my sparkle pens because that's what I happen to have on the counter.
Of course.
But look, it is allowing me... Look at that.
The tone that you get.
Amazing.
You've got the sparkle as well, because they're so laden with the actual glitter in the sparkle pens that even if you dilute them out, which we've done, that will still give you a lovely sparkle. And you've got that opalescent quality to the card.
So look, if you want to then do your effects on that, you absolutely can. And of course, when that dries, you'll get a lovely depth to that as well.
Yeah, look at that, with the different layers and the faux bleaching giving you the depth to it, and then that opalescent quality to the cardstock. Anyway, that is using the lovely luxury foiled pad. And to say it's foiled is to sell it short, because it's so much more than just foiling.
Yes,
because you've got all of the lovely designs in there, just like that one. Go for it. You've got a saving on the pad, it's half price, but also so many other deals, including on the web. You'll see everything. You've got all of the different folders. Some will be sold out individually. I think it is the Country Cottage that is gone, for example, the Cosy Cottage. Also the Regal Gates has been a very, very, very busy one. That with your Freedom price and on FlexiBuy, you can save you money and spread the cost on your big bundle. That's the main big bundle. You've got those wonderful core papers as well. They're really, really on trend. You've got your detailed printed one, but then also your lovely matte cardstock as well, with those 12 by 12s. Also, you've got the small guillotine for £24.99. All those extras, plus, oh, do you know somebody that would love the magazine? It's issues 19 and 20, and they're magazine kits with £50 worth of bonus goodies in each kit. So again, if you know somebody that would appreciate those, we'll be spinning the deal wheel very soon, but these are your 3 one-day specials. Now, I know we've said that almost everybody's going for the complete collection, and that's true, but we wouldn't be limited stock if it wasn't otherwise. But that's nothing to stop you going for your individual one-day special if you prefer. So you've got your £4 off on that lovely Cosy Cottage, first of all, and then also the detail here with that flourishing swirls. You've then got the Regal Gates over here, along with the Decadent frame. Now that's the smaller sort of four mitres pointed hat design. That really, really detailed design around the edge as well. Again, you'd be saving £4 on that set. And then last but not least, you've got your tea for two over here, and that's teapot with your bunting on the inside that we were just using, and then your ornamental frame, which we think would look lovely with the Sheena faux leather technique, or a bit of gilding wax on it as well. Samples wise, here it is, that regal frame, black card, little dusting of gilding wax, and it makes it pop. So, green cardstock with a bit of gold gilding wax maybe, to get the green leather technique, looking great with your pastel colours. However, the full complete bundle is, of course, carrying this £4 saving, that £4 saving, and the extra £4 saving, giving you all of your £4 savings clubbed together, plus then your introductory price savings to get all 6 folders, making it limited stock and the best option. Hang on in there, because are you a Freedom member? If you are, you'll save yourself an extra 10%, which takes £5.90 off again for you. And then you save on your delivery as well, which is covering the cost and then some of even joining Freedom. So if you're already a Freedom member, brilliant, save the money. If not, it's kind of you getting the joining fee back again anyway, and balancing the books in terms of your saving. Flexi Buy Freedom gives you that for £26.98, and you get everything today, same cost next month, and it's all yours. We've got all going on, but it is nearing the end of the 13th birthday for Crafters Companion, so we shall be spinning the deal wheel for one of the final times. And the deal wheel, of course, with Fiona, you're doing the honours for us. Behind each number, there's a deal to be had.
Spin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this a really mighty spin. Okay.
I'll hold on to everything.
Wow.
It's a big spin.
It is. It is.
Ooh.
Number 19. Number 19.
It was a mighty spin, Fiona.
Was.
Mighty spin. Let's hope. I'm sure every product is wonderful, but let's hope that 19 fits in with what we're doing today, hopefully, as well. Is it a good one for today's show? Let's have a look.
Oh,
always.
Fantastic.
Always a good one. Fiona, you legend. That's brilliant. Oh, we want these. 6.
We do.
6 of your extra strong permanent glue tape pens. We are never without them in the demonstrations. Saving £5.99. You'll be getting those today. That's a great deal. Item number 19.
That is amazing.
Quote your code CC18, that's because it's 2018 for the 13th birthday. CC18 on checkout. Pop it in on the website and you'll get that saving. That's good.
That's an excellent saving. And do you know, I love it when it's something that is an essential item as well. And do you know, it could have landed anywhere. Love the fact it's landed on the tape pens for the final spin of the wheel. Right.
Good muscles, Fiona.
Oh,
good.
There we go.
She's just seen her on the break. Bench pressing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Come and have a look at this folder. Do you know, I've still got have I got a couple of bits of card? Yes. Aha. Right.
You don't take the foam out.
You don't take the foam out. No, not at all. But can you see I had a couple of pieces of white card in there. So the foam, the quick release foam, stays where it should. So you don't have to touch that. But take a look at all these dies. You've got that big die there with all the windows, which opens up. You've got this wonderful arch window. And then we have got, it's either 12 or 13. I change my mind every time I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. Made it 13 that time. Look at that.
But you're placing all those dies singly if you were to do that.
Would you? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. Not unless you spent ages sort of measuring things up. And I mean, who wants to be doing that, really?
From the decoration.
That's it. So we thought we'd do craft card because I haven't played with craft card yet. So all I've done is popped it in the same sandwich that we would use for any other standard embossing folder. But that's it. I mean, a genius idea. I think, you know, it's one of those things that once you've seen it, you think,
why?
That's so clever. Why haven't we done this before?
The combination, cutting and embossing.
Right. Here we go. Now, look at this. Let's just... By the way, whoops. I'll pop that back in. That will just click back in. I was being a bit keen on that. And we'll pop my little die back in there. There we go. Very eager. There we go. That's fine.
Lovely.
I was being a bit harsh with it.
I did wonder, actually.
Oh dear. Do you know, it's been a fabulous week. It's been wonderful, but it will be nice to get home this evening.
Okay.
It really will. If I'm brutally honest, it'll be nice to get home this evening.
I've got one more job before you go, though, Fiona. I need to punch a few holes in my chicken arrabbiata ready meal. Like the,
oh right, you want me to?
If you could do that for me, that would
yeah.
be
I was obviously pumping metal too much, wasn't I? Yeah. There we go.
But you're perfect for the job, though. So if you could just,
right. Look at this. Look at all. I've only popped one of the flowers forward. Shall I hold that for you? Then you can see. There we go. And you can see all of that detail. Look at that. And I've put one of the flowers forward so you can see what the others are going to look like as well. But look at the detail. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is to bring this to life a bit by just popping a quick bit of wax. This is lovely. This on the green. Look at this. This is a spring meadow, but on the green, on the craft card, it looks amazing. I'm not going to do all of it because I have got one where I've completed it as well. But look, the green on that works really well. Yeah. And then what I would do is to go in with something bright, because the craft card will dull the flowers down a bit.
Yes, yes.
So if you then go in, can you see, and just pick up, isn't that pretty?
These harmonies are so easy.
They are lovely, aren't they? Yeah. Really lovely. So
I know
you can see the kind of look you can go for.
I know you were doing giveaways as well, so I have to mention that at some stage. So
we'll do that after that. So if I bring this one in, where I finished it up, and then you can see, so there's that pink and the green, and I've just added a wee bit of gilding wax on there, and painted up my little flowers and added a few gems. But isn't it pretty?
Yeah, lovely that. A lovely, great look. And you'd be there forever normally placing your dies. But the folder with the cutting dies has already done all of that work for you.
So where's my tape pen?
Ah, you see, you're getting 6 of these with a $5.99 saving.
I mean, they are just one of those things that they're so handy to have. You know, they are strong and they're great. You get, 22 metres on each tape pen. I always remember it because my husband told me it was the length of a cricket wicket.
Oh, right, is that right?
Yes.
So I should know that.
There you go.
So when that question comes up on a quiz show on the TV, you'll know.
You will know. There you go. And again, we're going to just pop it on here. So this is a temp fold A6 card, and I've just folded the front in half as well because that's what's going to create my easel. But I mean, how quick? Oh, yeah. How quick and easy are these?
And satisfying as well, and beautiful designs. I mean, each one of them's lovely, isn't it?
And so versatile. You know, you can take it from something which is really sort of shabby chic like this to something which looks completely different. Sure. So what we're going to do is just pop the sentiment in, and if you're liking the sentiments, they will be on the website. There we go. I think I might have done. There we go. I'm just going to pop that in there, and I needed to put my 3D glue gel on there anyway. So that's going to sit there. My bow is going to sit on top of that as a stopper. And then if I turn that round, there you go.
How could you not love that lovely card? I mean, isn't that beautiful? With a friendly sentiment, a welcome to a new home, here's to a new vista, a new future. So lovely for engagement cards and wedding cards as well, that wonderful gateway of the windows as well from Cosy Cottage. That's just one of our 6 designs that we have. We've been using our glitter card today. Yes. We've been showing you that foiled card pack as well, but we should probably flash up details for your glitter card. It's busy on the one-day special, whichever choice you're going for, but also on the big complete collection, you're getting the best price. But then look at this from the Flutterby collection, the glitter card, non-shed multicolour glitter card, and the colours combining with your Flutterby collection. So the question is, did you get the Flutterby signature collection? This is consumable, this is usable, yes. So you may have used yours already. The brilliant thing is, normally you'd get 16 lovely sheets, 4 of each colour, single-sided, for $9.99. But today you're getting double that, 2 packs for $9.99, and that's 60% of the stock already gone, and other card packs have gone, so we're lucky to still even have any of those left today. And using the foiled pad here...
Using the foiled one, I just thought I'd show you how well that's going to work. So, if I hold that up, look at that. I mean, that's just with the ink I happen to have on the counter. But doesn't that make a great card focal piece, and then you add your sentiment, add maybe a bit of glitter card behind that from that glitter pack. Look.
You've made something.
Wow. Love it. Love it.
Definitely, you've made something lovely. Also, the deal wheel, we've been spinning that all birthday celebrations with Crafters Companion. We've been picking out randomly, of course, as the deal wheel lands on any number, a certain item each show to get your 30% saving. And it's landed on. Thank you, Fiona, again for this. This is a brilliant one to land on. For your construction, for your box making, for anything you're doing with the Ultimate Pro with a big score, and also for your card making and matting and layering. The glue tape pens are ace, $5.99 off. I'm thanking Fiona on behalf of everybody who's getting those, because that is an ace deal, seriously. CC18 it is to quote on checkout. The reason why it's 18, even though it's the 13th birthday, the 18 stands for 2018, of course. So Crafters Companion 18 to order that, add it to your order today. You've got your big saving as well on the complete collection. The complete collection, of course, is your 6 embossing folder and die designs. All 6 folders are with you in that big collection today, and you've got your saving too. The best way of getting it is as a Freedom member. But I'm not a Freedom member, Matt, you might say. Wow. $6.97 a month to join Freedom, and you're getting your saving of around about £5.90 anyway on your Freedom price, and then you're saving on your delivery, which is normally $2.95. So the saving there is bigger than what you're spending to join Freedom. And then you've got your additional rest of the month to order whatever you want, unlimited standard delivery. You've got all 6 designs. Let's have a look at some wonderful results. I want to pick this one up first, the Cosy Cottage, because a minute ago, when Fiona did it in the craft card, we said Cosy Cottage. We are now limited stock on that complete bundle, remember. Now, all of a sudden, it's not a Cosy Cottage, and it's more regal, more metal, more sort of gothic with that black card. Speaking of which, we've got a complete shift in design now again. That's with your wonderful flourishes on the corner frame. This design here, of course, known as the Flourishing Swirls, and then you've got that contrasting cardstock just behind your Flourishing Swirls to give you that result there. Then the frame, you've got 2 frames in your collection when you're getting all of them, and this here is that central area there where you could have maybe a smaller stamped element, maybe a photo as well, is your call, but this particular one is the Decadent frame now. The Decadent frame, very well detailed and designed. The Decadent frame could be used landscape if you want, as a landscape design with a little bit of glitter card behind it, looking good. A dusting of the Empire Gold gilding wax on that works really well. You've also got those wonderful regal gates now. We saw them on the front of a gift box. They look absolutely fab. They actually tie together with potentially a real piece of ribbon. You could in fact go with contrasting cardstock to make them proper metallized, or love this card coming up. Did you get Sheena's Day of the Dead set, and are you looking for a good excuse to get that one out again? How about this with the characters on the inside of it behind those gates? A really kind of spooktacular result there. But then in the same set you could go straight to the Time for Tea for Two design there, with the bright colours there. Get your Harmony ink pads out, of course, to do something similar to this. Maybe even just work with your glitter cardstock to get this sort of a result, and then that lovely ornate frame as well. Once you've seen that, I'll just show you your ornate frame. They're nice with the flowers, and then again our other favourite there. These are all available now for $59.94, but with a Freedom price saving and not paying delivery, you get these for an even bigger saving, $53.95 to a Freedom member to get all 6 designs. Plus, you may well think, do they work with all die cutting and embossing machines? Yeah, because you just reconfigure your sandwich, but they definitely work, and you'll get really good results with your Gemini, which of course cuts pretty much anything you want it to cut in a crafting world. Here's your starter kit, and it is the best price it has ever been on. So much so, it's sold out. Oh no, why are you telling me about it then, Matt? Well, it's on extended delivery. It has sold out on regular delivery. It's sold out within 2 days, but it is on extended delivery, and you can still get it dispatched from, remember, the 5th of November. So 089468 to order now. You get everything you need with it. So Fiona, yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, do you know, Matt, actually, I bought the boards in because I went and had a rummage after the last show for the Gemini, because I thought it's fine me sitting there and saying to you, but just take a look at what this machine will cut. And, you know, it will turn your thin metal dies into multimedia dies as well. I mean, try some of these things, you will find that they will cut. But just take a look at this. You've got craft metal here, your glitter cards, of course, your mount boards that these will cut as well. We've got balsa wood there, fabric, of course. And, you know, whether you're using it for your sewing, or so the Gemini sewing, if you're into Gemini sewing, or you're into your papercraft, it's the same machine. It's the same machine. You're just using different dyes, but multiple layers of fabric. So if you're a quilter, it's great. Yeah, that's a real wood veneer, that. And you've got faux leather, real leather there. We've got tin. We've got that a drinks can as well. I mean, it is huge, and I think the thing is, for me, is you forget how good it is after you've had it for a while.
Vellum and parchment, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that you forget how good it is, and you forget that other machines don't.
I mean, what you can do with the Gemini,
but this one does.
You share it, even if you're not into sewing, but you know somebody that is, then you share with that other person.
And you know, we've sold hundreds of thousands of these worldwide now, and the reality is that I don't know anywhere else where at the moment you can get the big Gemini home to try out for £50 plus your postage for your first flexi payment. I just don't know it. And of course you're getting all your plates.
And
you're getting your dies, and you're getting your embossing folder. I mean, it's just one of those. And when you tune that with the fact that Sarah's told me it will be 17999 when it comes back.
To get it now for the best price we've ever seen it at, it's a go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it just really is. But look, we're going to use this lovely swirl folder because I love it. Again, by the way, these cushioning stays in the folder. It doesn't come out. It doesn't come out. So I'm going to pop some white card in there, fold it over, and in fact, because I found them, we're going to use the small junior plates in the big machine, so we can just
to prove that if you are using a junior, these will still go through.
Absolutely.
And if you're using a normal regular size Gemini, 2 will go through.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, look at that stack of cards that I made over the course of the show.
This is everything we've been doing. Proving live.
Just one of the small amount of things that we've been doing, but I mean, it is incredible,
plus all
isn't
the
it? Absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to poke these out, and then you can have a look and see what I mean. I mean, it is beautiful. Here we go. It's really lovely. I mean, because you can use it in so many different ways. I'm actually trying to calm down a bit after my I was getting just a little bit frantic there. So I thought, right, we will slow it down again, and I will just take this back to basics so that everybody can see what I'm doing. So we're just going to take these bits off. It is lovely. So. Look, all of these are all dies, remember, so not only the embossing folder, these are all dies which are embedded in that folder. Come and have a look at this, and I'll hold it very still so you can see. Look at the detail. Look at the detail of that emboss. It's not just a light emboss, you've got tiny embossed detail in there. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't that lovely?
It's a good one. Lovely. I think it's our new favourite, maybe potentially. It's been, each folder has its own little design attractions, let's say, and there's lots of scope with this design to add your own flair to the opposite corner.
Now, I'm not going to do a whole heap of this, but I just want to show you how the wax will pick it up, because I have actually got one where I've completed it. But just so that you can take a look maybe at this swirl. It's so lovely. Look at this. It just really comes to life, doesn't it? Just by adding a bit of detail around this swirl, and you can see how you would use this portrait or landscape, and because it's in a triangle, you've got that perfect space then to add your sentiment, because it's framed it for you.
You can personalise this so well. You can have other elements, other focal points on that other corner, like you say, sentiments.
Having
ribbons,
said I wasn't
bows,
going
flowers.
to do the whole thing, I mean, it's so quick.
You can't stop.
Yeah, but there we go. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that is just such a pretty folder. Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really lovely. Imagine painting with your metallic pens, doing it on black and painting with your metallic pens.
That would look,
that
good,
would look incredible.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We're going to put this card together. Yeah. I was going to do something. I think I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to change it slightly.
This is potentially quite a big one here.
It is quite a big card, and I think, yeah, I don't want the card that big. So, this is how I measure at home. It's true to say.
Just, you know.
Yeah, sort of rough. It's roughly about there, and then that'll do. And then we'll just cut this down a wee bit. But do you know, it is handy. It really is handy having this so that you can do that. There we go.
Here we are.
So that's my card blank, which is in the right place.
Yeah, the guillotine's on the
just
show as well.
going to pop this on here. And this is where this tape pen is going to come in really handy. By the way, with the tape pens, just remember to flick the end, because that will break the adhesion and your tape pen will carry on right to the very last. Okay. It really will. Now, I should have... Ah, there we go. I've got one that I've done with silver. So that's going to sit just inside. So I've got a little blue frame around that one. 5-bar gate of sticky tape. Yeah. So let's just... Here we go.
You're not surprised a lot of people have been adding those tape pens onto their order today. Normally $19.98 bottom of the screen, but you get 30% saving. Everybody can benefit from that as well, Freedom member or not. And add those onto your order, you save $5.99.
So again, I was contemplating doing that with a bit of depth, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep this one quite flat, and again just line it up. And all I've done extra to this is added a wee bit of silver gilding wax just to the side there. My sentiment, leave a little sparkle wherever you go, is going to sit at the top here, just there. There we go. And then, where did I put? Am I going to put that on?
I don't
think it needs it, you know.
No.
I think just about. I'm just going to straighten that up. The dots are kind of handy for doing that.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
And
glue
then
formation to line things up.
We'll leave a little bow just
like
there,
that bow.
like that.
See what I mean about this being like my new favourite design, where you can personalise it a lot. You've got that whole area, so a nice sentiment, matted and layered, and then the bow. Just there's all that space for you to fill. Like in this case,
I mean, I think that is such a pretty quick little card, and of course you could change the colours out and you have a completely different look. I love it.
Yeah, totally different look. There's been a couple of samples where that flourishing frame has just covered up on a background paper with lots of colours on it as well. So, Fiona, we've got the complete collection there with nice big saving on it as well. It's limited stock now, but you've also made a couple of demonstration pieces that you've kindly said you'll give away to people that have commented on Facebook, on a post that you've made. So we do have a couple of winners to announce, 2 names to announce. Our first one is Leslie. So Leslie, congratulations to you. Leslie Northam Sharp is your name, is your full name.
Congratulations, you're getting the gates. This is the one with Dare to Dream that you and I made last night at 8 o'clock.
Half 8, yeah.
There we go. So Leslie, congratulations.
And our other winner that's been picked from Fiona's Facebook page is Jackie Grant. Jackie, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Jackie. There you go. And this one is coming to you. So what will happen is when I get home later this evening, I'll message you and get you to send me your addresses and we'll get these sent out to you.
Okay, so
well done.
Maybe put your phone on silent because Fiona will be getting home quite late. It's a long drive and you'll be packing everything down as well. So you don't want to be like, oh, who's ringing me at 1 a.m? Oh, it's Fiona. So, so anyway, safe journey home, Fiona.
Thank you.
It's been lovely having your company for this this one day special as well. We've got about 20 minutes left to go. Where is it? Here. 20 minutes left to go to order it. Have a look at the website for popping things in your basket. It's extremely easy. These are the permanent glue tape pens. You get 22 metres on each reel. We're going to show you how to do the code. It's really easy. Even I can do this, but CC18. So even though Craft Companion is celebrating 13th birthday, it's 2018. So CC18. Type that code in, and then it will say you've saved $5.99. Now they're $13.99 as opposed to $19.98. And then once they are in your basket, you're ready to check out at your leisure or leisure. So yeah, really quickly, because I reckon Fiona might be able to squeeze in another demonstration if you and I are speedy here. So we've got the one day special. we've got another option on your one-day special, and we've got a third option on your one-day special. Whichever one you go for, you've got £4 saving. There's a complete collection where it would be rude not to help save you that £4 as well. So the lower price gets carried forward with you, so you've still got that saving banked, as it were. £6 off then on your complete collection, and then another £5.99 off if you're a Freedom member to get everything. That's the complete collection today. You can see your details just over here, and the Freedom price, including a delivery saved, makes it a really good option to get all 6 folders. So you've got all the dies in there, all the embossing detail as well. Let me grab a couple of samples that we haven't seen for a while. Love this. Actually, I take back what I said about the ornate frame being perfect for a book cover. Look at this notebook made by Lindsay Stubbs. Look at that, plain pages that she's placed in the middle, but she's made yourself a really nice book cover with that. And then she's got her name and the details on the back of it. Nice one, Lindsay. Totally different design here with the same folder. Again, a lovely sentiment there in the middle. So that's a perfect area to stamp something nice, isn't it? Let's put those safely over there. Now, what goodies haven't we seen for? Oh, yeah, the flourishing frame, our new favourite, because we can personalise that bottom right-hand corner in this sense. Those are some of Sheena's flowers, and I think, are they snowdrops? I don't know.
Snowdrops.
They're definitely snowdrops. They are definitely snowdrops. You're with me there, Fiona, aren't you? We think they're snowdrops. If only there was some sort of a clue. You know, I mean, who made this? Come on. Lindsay, it's yours as well. Lindsay, give us a clue next time. Tell us what you're using. You know, if they're snowdrops, tell us. Don't be shy. And then you've got your... there's the flourishing frame there again. And then... Oh, hang on. Oh, I got ready with the other one. That's the flourishing frame just on some luxury cardstock. But then that cosy cottage, look at this. The cosy cottage design. Again, and then look, really cleverly cutting the shutters, you can see how much life that's been given just by making a little bit of a shadow box, putting a frame on the back and finishing that off beautifully. That's from Kim on the design team too. We love them. They're all lovely. All the designs are beautiful. If, because I have days in times like this where I'm thinking, I really want them, but I only want to spend £20 today, then you can choose 2. Or you could go for all 6 on FlexiBuy for £24 something. So it's an easy decision to make, hopefully, on which 2 you're getting, or if you're going for all 6 today. Either way, it's 828270 on limited stock for the complete bundle. On FlexiBuy, it's just £26.98 to order all of them. We're going to show you a little bit more now of what you can do. I see Fiona's ready to go, lucky we've got her. So have a look at this video right now, and we'll see you in a moment. We love it, what you can do here, all the different designs that we've got. OK, Fiona, what's next?
So we're going to use this fabulous ornamental frame, and again, take a look at all these dies that you've got in here. Huge amount of dies. Precision place. This is the thing, precision place, and you're going to leave this white foam in there. Don't try and take it out. So I thought bow front cards, we just make, say, 3 different, or just show 3 different bow front cards. Yeah. So we'll start with white, and then I've got some mirror card, then I've got some black card, which I was playing with some of those lovely foil butterflies. I love that opalescent foil. It's beautiful.
It's a lovely pad, this.
Really gorgeous.
And Fiona, thank you for having everything ready here as well, because, you know, you've been the fountain of knowledge and for all the demonstrations as well. You know, if we've got a few minutes left spare and we can squeeze something in, then it's always worthwhile.
Yeah,
this is the foiled card pad. Very easy to see the foiling on TV. Just bear with me with that lovely iridescent foiling there, and you've got the script design there as well. Bear with me with this clear. You wouldn't normally be able to see it, but one half of it's been inked, so you can see there you get the resist technique, and you've got other pages like that as well, and then this holographic opalescent foiling in there as well. So lots of pages to go in there. That's half price.
Look, I'm just literally going to add a hint of a tint here, because I have got one that I've done. So to make a bow-fronted card, you cut your card to 6 inches, and you do a score at ½ an inch. So this would go down, that would go down. If we grab a piece of that glitter card, we're just going to pop that in the back. And how you make a bow front card is you make the front of your card, the pack of the card, slightly smaller. So we're going to stick that bit down and that bit down. And that is how you make the front of your bow front card. And when you pretty it up, it's going to look something like that. So easy to do. Should we do one more? How much time have we got?
Definitely. Thank you, Fiona. This is what I mean when I say we're lucky to have you. I'm not being silly. I'm being genuine. You know, to squeeze so much in.
It's just ideas now, isn't it? It's just ideas that people may like to try and experiment when they get them home. So again, black card, which has been cut to 6 inches with a ½ inch fold either side, just to make a very slight bow. You know, I don't want a huge bow on these, just a slight curve, because then of course you'd use something like the Ultimate Pro that you bought this week to make the box for it to go in. I mean, this is the thing, it's been an amazing event, hasn't it? There's so much.
Every corner of crafting has been covered as well.
So much.
And we've still got a one-day special tonight.
We have.
Special
I'm excited about
setting
this.
up with as well. Please stay tuned.
I've been having a look. I've been having a look at some of the things she's bringing, and of course she designed those things which she's bringing today. She's a clever bunny, isn't she?
A big one. Yeah,
oh, it really is. So I've just used my brush very quickly to knock out those bits. So again, I mean, super quick to do. I love this frame. I love this frame. I think it's great. And then we're going to go in just very quickly with a wee bit of gilding wax. And just to save my poor old fingers, I'm just going to get a bit out on my mat at the end of my brush. Yeah. So again, just going to dab it flat, and we're going to just gild this whole thing just because we can. The detailing on this folder is incredible. You've got the beautiful ornate metalwork, which means, do you know, no matter how decorative this is, you could use this for men, for women, for young, old. You could use this to be very Disney, or you could use this to be very elegant. I mean, it's such a beautiful
it does have that storybook cover.
It really does, doesn't it?
That mirror, the storybook or the mirror idea.
And then just because I grabbed it, what we're going to do is I've got a little bit of that foiled card, which is going to sit in the back there with some beautiful iridescent butterflies. So again, primarily so you could see what I was doing, I'm just going to... Where are we? Where did I put? There we are.
Tape pen? Yeah, okay.
There we are.
Hopefully you've got your 6 tape pens today. You're getting 30% off those, $5.99 off.
And that will be the last, because of course...
the deal wheel?
Our Lizzie's deal wheel is different. It's more of a sewy deal wheel, I believe, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. Oh,
yes.
Lizzie, what have you done to your hair? That's nice. She's done it. Yeah, she didn't.
She has. She's had it done.
She didn't answer me. She just went like that. Very nice.
Now,
I wish I could do things like that, but I can't.
Look at that. That's the base of the card. And inside you've got all those butterflies sparkling. Absolutely beautiful.
That is wonderful. That's another lovely concept of what you can do. Fiona, you've done so much when you look at that pile of concepts and this pile of concepts over here. All of the shows you can watch again. If you're thinking, well, show them to us, Matt. We've got too much to show. Honestly, you can see on Hochanda.com, you can watch again on Rewind. So you can watch this show and all the others as well, starting from 6 o'clock last night. Thank you again for spinning the steel wheel, Fiona. This is a good one to land on. A very good one to land on. It's the 6 glue tape pens, and you're getting them with a £5.99 saving. So usual price for 3 would be £9.99. Usual price for 6 would be £19.98. But today you're getting all 6 for just £13.99. It's incredible. All you've got to do is pop them in your basket and type in the code or quote the code on the phone, CC18, to get those. It's all part of Carter's Companion's 13th birthday this year for 2018. This is it. This is your last chance. The final warning, the final call, as it were, with 7 or 8 minutes now left to get hold of this deal on the one-day specials, 1, 2 or 3, or indeed the last live show to get the complete bundle. Yeah, and I mean, they are special. They have been saved for the end of the event because they are incredible, brand new designs. People who've had the cut and emboss folders before are saying, you know, they are a great way to make a super quick card which looks anything but, and I think that's the thing for me. They're going to look anything but quick and easy. Super quick card that looks anything but. Let's hold you to those words, Fiona, while we look at this. Quick and simple. Yes. But it looks anything but. Wonderful colours. That's it. You know, if you want to go full-on colour, you absolutely can. They're going to look extraordinary. However, if you want to do them very, very simply and just do them with Centura Pearl, especially if you've got that dark Centura Pearl we sold out of earlier, that would be great for an evening reception card, wouldn't it? Oh, I like this one. Look at that. Oh, yeah, it would do, wouldn't it? Really come and celebrate with us. Look at this. I love that. Same folder. That one's got Mother's Day written all over it, I think, that pink one with the lilies, don't you? Indeed it has. Indeed it has. And we've got the diorama cards, got this box
We have.
as well.
We've got amazing. I'm going to have to show this one last time because it's just such fun. Look at this with all of these fabulous, wonderful. Now, if you're looking for these, by the way, they're Sheena's die cuts, her Day of the Dead. But I mean, they're just good fun. They really are. And again, I love this box. I love the fact that with this box, it's that thinking. I'm just trying to. So you've got your gates in the front, just there. You've got your side parts as well, and I just want to take the front of that box off if you can. Yep. There we go. And then if you take away the gates, that looks, do you know, that reminds me of a stately home I go and visit quite a lot. The gates in the Privy Garden look very much like this. To me, well, kinda. Yeah, I think you mentioned the name to me last night, actually. On the show, yes, indeed. Fiona. I see a theatre, a grand theatre stage without the gates. I see the sides and top as well. Really nice. I think the cosy cottages are lovely design as well. I mean, yes. Again, look at this. It doesn't seem to matter how you do this one. It just works. That is beautiful, but equally, you want to live there? You want to go on holiday there? You definitely do. With that one. Oh, we've not seen this one for a while. This lovely powder glue. I love this because it's just got a piece of decorative paper behind it. Doesn't it look great? Yeah. So it looks like you're looking out. Maybe this is a barn. Barn window. Well, you're looking through that barn window, yeah. I think so. Like the scene or if you do it in craft card, look at this one. That is lovely, isn't it? It's very clever, that, the way the shutters have been cut again and then glue gelled to just lift them up a little bit. Absolutely adore them. All of the designs have such a draw to them as well. You've got those ornate gates for, I mean, this is just a grand opening, a grand message maybe. It could have a scene as well. I'm thinking of a few stamps we've got that would be a beautiful scene that I could build at the back there and just have those gates looking out or looking in on something. And another diorama card here, this time with that lovely cosy cottage design, looking very, very nice in the black card with the gold gilding wax. Look at this. I know, isn't that so pretty? That one is so romantic, isn't it? So sweet. I love that one. Absolutely gorgeous. Yep. And again, you know, look at those windows. Looks completely different. Just done with some watercolour card. And then finally, this is another favourite. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Isn't it lovely?
Really
very nice,
lovely.
Very nice. Just going to replace something there, so just knock something off. Quickly put something there. All of these. Oh, and then look. Because you've got that open area with a little tea light inside or something, you've got a little bit of construction acetate or something behind, and you've made yourself a really, really nice lantern or decorative box that you could keep things in.
I mean, there's so many. Even if you do them just really simply in the gilding racks, you will absolutely love them. I mean, these are just beautiful, aren't they? Every single one of them.
Good way to close the show, actually,
lovely.
to see all the designs quickly.
That's it. Just very quickly, we'll go through all of them the right way up, back to front, whatever it might be. So that is your choice.
Oh, they're lovely.
Or not.
So yeah, or not. And just to explain those words, it means that you could choose either pair, and that's a time-limited offer. You've got only a couple of minutes to get hold of it between now and the top of the hour, or the complete collection, which is all 3 pairs, which is limited stock at the moment. You've got a freedom saving on that as well, saving $5.99, and then you can even split it up into 2 if you fancy getting hold of them. So it's just $26.98 to get all 6. Fiona, thank you so much for all your shows over the birthday week as well. It's been lovely.
And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, bye. Oh, what good fun. I hope you've ordered yours on the Complete Collection All the Wonders special. Fredda's Quilting Rulers coming up next with Dave and Lizzie. You've also got plenty more to come all night tonight.
Fabric Stabilizer creates firmer fabric, making it easy to handle and is also perfect for die cutting projects. Fabric Shield is a powerful fine mist fabric protector which protects from dirt, oil and even repels water, and also helps keep fabric soft without altering the colouring. To add these to your sewing kit or to stock up, please check out at hochanda.com.
Hello, my name's Catherine Sturrock and I bring to Hochanda my company Character Crafts. Character Crafts brings to you our laser cut designs. Each design is designed by myself. We cut them on the laser machines here in Doncaster and bring the products to you at home. Character Crafts is suitable for all ages and all abilities, so I hope that I can inspire you and help you along with your crafting. I like to show you how to use different paint techniques and different techniques to bring the characters alive, and use various mediums to decorate, and I also use air dry clay for decorating with the flowers. So make sure you look out for the Character Craft shows on Hochanda. I hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Charmaine from Dolly Dimples Crafts, and my passion is in card making and 3-dimensional paper crafting pieces. We're a family run business and I just love making 3-dimensional pieces and things that come to life. As well as using our products for card making, you can also use them for scrapbooking and mixed media and mixing some of your own products that you've already got in your crafty stash. I'd love you all to join us to watch us on Hochanda and see the demonstrations and the hints and tips that I can bring to you. Great for new crafters and experienced crafters as well. So make sure you don't miss the Dolly Dimples craft shows on Hochanda.
Hello and a very warm welcome. It is 6 o'clock and welcome to the last official day of the birthday celebrations for Crafters Companion. And what a one-day special we have for you today. From Gemini, we're bringing you brand new quilting rulers from Crafters Companion. Each ruler has got at least 5 different shapes on it that you can literally make numerous patterns out of, as you can see with Lizzie demonstrating it here today. Basically, the ruler is the guide. The guide guides you to make perfect ovals, perfect shapes, And each ruler has got at least 5 different shapes on it. One of them's actually got 6. So there are so many different permutations, but look at what you can achieve when you've got the quilting ruler set. Now we've got set 1, set 2 and set 3 for you, all different. So there are 16 different decorative edges that you can use with this ruler system, and we're giving one of them to you for nothing. It is buy 3 but only pay for 2. That is the deal we've got for you, the final one-day special from the birthday celebration. It's on Flexi as well, so all you're doing is paying for one of the rulers today. You pay for the second ruler in 4 weeks' time, and the third one you don't pay a penny for because it's a bonus. $49.98 on Flexi today. These are the new rulers. Take a little look at them. They're all different, they're all new, and they've all been designed bar one by our lovely Lizzie, who's going to come over and join me and talk about this in a second. Because if you look at all the cushions and all the different fabrics we've got around us here in the studio, you'll see there are all these different designs, all these different elements and shapes, all achieved by all these different edges on the rulers.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? We haven't really got any set patterns with these, Dave. These are just what you make. So you're going to be the designer here. You're going to come up with all sorts of different patterns, different designs. You can use your different fabrics, your different threads. I mean, some of the designs here, I didn't even think of myself. Our gorgeous Tricia did these samples for us. And you can mix and match them. You can add to them. I mean, I have got probably close to 30 or 40 of these little squares here that have been done by myself and Tricia as well.
Really, how many different permutations? Oh. How long's a piece of string?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously you've got the heart in there, you've got the little cushion shape in there as well, you've got the oval, and I suppose those are the ones that are a definite. But then what you can do with them is so much more. Right. You can just keep adding to them all the time. They are incredible.
If you were to do this or attempt to do this freehand without the ruler, good luck. It's just virtually impossible. You need uniformity, you need to be able to do repeat patterns very effectively and very, very accurately. We're still going with samples that we got here.
And then I've got a whole heap, which I don't know if we'll see because they're cream, so I don't know how we're going to see those, but they're all, they've all been quilted using the actual rulers.
So your challenge...
These are all different.
Your challenge when you get these rulers home is to come up with as many ways of using them as physically possible. We've got at least, what, 30 or 40 different ways here, but there's many more than that, I'm sure
we could just go on and on and on. And it doesn't stop there because the very last two in this little section here, one is a little flower that I designed using the ruler, and then I did a plique using exactly the same design again. So it kind of opens up all that creativity that I know that you're all desperate to do. So there's the flower. So that's the original design there. Can you see that flower? And then obviously for the next stage for me was to applique it.
And do you know what as well? Very cleverly, crafters have put a texture on both sides of these rulers. So in other words, you don't need to stick anything on. It literally grips to the surface of the fabric, so you're not slipping and sliding all over the place.
Absolutely, double-sided. So you can use it one way, then you can flip it, use the other. The entire surface has that non-slip coating on there. It kind of feels a little bit rough, but it's not rough. No. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, but it grips the fabric. It's a bit, I don't know what it does, like little fingers that are grabbing holds of it, and I'll show you. So not only does it give you stability straight away, but it means you've got that, you don't have to worry. You can relax those shoulders, you can enjoy the process. Absolutely super.
Now the whole concept of this, the kind of idea behind the ruler guiding the foot and all of that, came from Australia?
It's from Australia originally. About 6 or 7 years ago, it was kind of brought into the domestic market. It's always been around pretty much for long arm quilters, but the lady who designed them so many years ago, she decided that actually we want to use them. Now I've been using them for several years and I absolutely love them. It's probably one of my most favourite things to do. And when I first joined Crafters, that was one of the things I said to them was, please, 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 can we have some quilting rulers? Because they are definitely my go-to every time.
And you've actually designed 15 of the 16 of these edges.
Yes.
So they're different to what you possibly get in Australia and that sort of thing. It's your twist on it.
I didn't even think about all the ones that I've got in my possession. I didn't even think about it. I wanted something where this is the one I didn't do. This is our Stephanie did this one, and it's like a sort of a bauble shape, which is absolutely super. Look at that, it's beautiful. But I wanted something where you could keep on using it and changing it, adding bits to it,
replicating it. You've got all the 1/4-inch guides on there as well to help you reposition them properly.
Now, if I just show you, it does actually come with some ideas on the back. This is only skimming the surface of what each potential ruler could do for you. We are so busy. We knew we would be. We're approaching 20% of the one-day special gone already. It is 6:05.
Okay.
What is going on here? The price is crazy. Remember, you should be paying £24.99 each for these, and that is a good price. So you're getting nearly £75 worth of rulers here today. We're giving you one as a bonus. That's the one-day special deal. It's got to be a good one-day special to end the 13th birthday celebrations. But the fact that you've got it on Flexi as well, so you're only really paying for one ruler today, but you get all 3 to play with straight away.
Oh, and you'll love them as well.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's something that you're going to have, and it's actually you don't have to think too much about it. And the one thing I always say is, if you've got an idea in your mind of what you want to achieve, then get a piece of paper and a pen and draw around those shapes, and then replicate them, move them, twist them around, turn them, and then you'll come up with your own designs.
Now we'll show you as much as we can in the launch show as to different shapes that these rulers will do for you. Okay. Now obviously, when you're using a ruler system like this, you do need to have the correct shank or the correct foot for your shank on your machine. Now, the vast majority of machines in the UK are what they call low shank.
Yeah, that's right.
All new machines seem to be low shank. How do you know if you've got a low shank machine or a high shank machine?
Okay, a couple of things here. First of all, I'm going to talk you through it. We'll do that in this hour, so you'll know exactly. But also on my Facebook page, there is a little video that I did that explains it in perhaps a little bit more detail. But all I can say is this: any ruler foot that you have, whether it's ours or anybody else's, the manufacturers of your sewing machine, whatever it is, will fit our rulers. They are generic. A ruler foot is generic.
So if you've already got a foot, it's going to fit these rulers, no problem?
Yes, you really don't have to worry about that. And like I said, the majority of machines in the UK are that low shank, and it's a 1/2 inch or just slightly below will be a low shank. So go to your machine, take your foot off, take the ankle of your presser foot off as well, and measure from the hole, and I'll show you on the machine, from the hole where the screw goes in down to the flat bed of your machine. But go to your manufacturer's instruction book, because actually they do tell you if it's a low shank or a high shank.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 options. You've got the low shank or you've got the high shank, and with the shank, or with the foot, sorry, you're actually going to get this. Now this is an ingenious product as well.
Yes.
This basically you attach to the plate or the base of your sewing machine, your bed of your machine.
Yeah.
And it helps the fabric that you're actually quilting onto to glide over the surface.
Exactly that. It has a coating. Well, not a coating. Yes, it has a coating. Let me start again. On the back of this one, if I can just unpeel it, it has a protective layer, okay? And you need to peel that off for it to work, because this has, it's not sticky, it's kind of tacky.
It's got like a resist.
Yes, it won't leave any residue on your hands.
No.
But what that'll do is absolutely put that on the bed of your machine, and that will not move. But what will happen is that your fabric, whatever you're using, will slide beautifully on it. And please use it for your machine free motion embroidery, and please use it for your quilting. It's absolutely fab.
It looks rather like a craft mat, and it is similar, but it's doing a totally different job.
It's the same colour,
yeah.
but also we haven't made this for any particular machine, so you need to customise this when you get it home, and it's just a case of cutting a little hole where your needle goes through.
Now do bear in mind, if you are going for the one-day special and you're having Flexi Pay, that will give you a Flexi order opportunity, which you can put this head into, or that foot, sorry, into your Flexi order if you'd like to. So we do have it also on a Freedom discount price, £29.98 if you're not a Freedom member, £26.98 if you are, and that can go into your Flexi order together with the rulers if you'd like to. So that would only be £13.49 today and £13.49 in 4 weeks' time if you wanted to put it in with the one-day special. The low shank already 20%, over 20% of the starting stock has gone on the low shank. 341776 is your item number. Now, of course, it is the final day, a final 24-hour period celebrating the 13th birthday of Crafters Companion, and each day we've been doing this. It's the wheel deal. Okay, now the wheel deal, this is something that we do every show that Crafters Companion during the birthday celebrations have had. We've spun the wheel. This is the wheel that relates to soft crafting, so it's all going to be kind of sewing related products.
Yeah.
Behind a number, A number will relate to a certain product, and that product will be 30% less for this hour only, not the day, this hour. Go on, Lizzie. Or do you want me to do it?
Oh, you do it.
Me? Okay.
I get frightened of things like that.
Good luck, one and all. Let's see where it's going to stop, and it's stopping at number 55. Number 55. We'll find out what number 55 relates to Softcraft-wise, and we're going to give you a 30% discount on this item for 1 hour only. Oh, now it's a Threaders Felt Bundle. Oh. Brights, Festive and Sea Breeze. You'll get all of them 30% off. Only £10.48. That's going to be a popular one. It is CC18. That's what you need to put into the promo code box. If you do that, automatically you'll then get £7.49 deducted off the cost. That is what is behind number 55 on the deal wheel. That's only until 7 o'clock tonight, that offer. It will go back up to £17.97 at 7 o'clock. So good luck. You're paying only £10.48 for all of those bundles of felt. That's a good deal, isn't it?
It really is a very good deal.
Fab.
Makes me happy.
And so do these really.
Oh, right. So I've brought in my own personal machine to actually demonstrate on, but you'll see behind me I have the stitch machine as well, and these rulers will fit the stitch machine, and I'll be demonstrating those either later in this hour, maybe at 8, certainly at 9 o'clock in the morning.
So you don't need a sewing machine of a certain quality or expense or anything like that?
Not at all,
Any
not
machine.
at all.
Right.
I mean, the only thing I would say is I love to have my table. That really helps support everything. But this table fits my stitch, and a lot of tables will. And my only suggestion, another suggestion, is to pile some books around your machine, just so you've got the same level all the way around, and your actual tacky mat will stick over the books as well.
Right,
so it doesn't matter what's there, as long as it's supporting something. So, I've actually changed my foot out already on my machine, and I will talk through this, but I want to just finish this little flower off that I was doing. And you've got a huge amount of designs here. And you start looking in as much that we've got that gorgeous square-shaped design there, the little sort of, I always think it looks like a squashed cushion, a bit like the inside of a cathedral window. You've also got this gorgeous bauble, and again, you can do it one side, flip it. Well, I think I've been using it as a bauble.
Oh, yeah, now you say that. Yeah, I didn't know before, but yeah.
Yeah,
it works.
and then once you've done that line of stitching, you can move it and do another line of stitching. You've got the little sort of soft triangle there, which again makes the most beautiful designs. We've got some quilts made using all of these. We've got this gorgeous design as well. I love this one. This is another one of my favourites, where you just follow the lines all the time. And where you start on this dotted line here, hopefully you'll see that, when you come to actually move it at the other end, you've got that dotted line to refer to.
Can I ask you, what are the lines that are actually printed on it?
These are all 1/4 inch lines.
Right, okay.
So it helps if you want to actually do another row, you can move it out 1/4 inch. You can line up your stitching straight away, so you can see straight away, you can line it up. That line might be the stitching, then you can move this one along and it fits over the top of the stitching.
Clever.
It is so super easy. And then again with the sorry, I'm a bit passionate about them. When you look, let's just have a look at this one again as well. You have the crosshairs here. So if you do a crosshair design on your fabric, which I've done, then you can always line these marks up. So that makes it super easy. If you've never done ruler work before, these ones in the centre are such a great one to start with, because your ruler can't escape.
Can I also just say a big hello to any of you that are Crafters Companions fans in the USA. We are broadcasting, of course, in the UK, that's where we are based, but we get lots of you watching online in the USA and across Europe as well. Can I just let you know that you can get these from us as well tonight if you'd like to. You can buy in dollars, you can become a Freedom member and pay in dollars for Freedom membership. We'll even show you that a bit later on, but if you're watching us maybe in New York, it will be in the region of, what, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon there, 1:15. You can quite simply order them in dollars and be the first people in the USA to get these. They haven't been launched in America yet.
No,
over
not
there
till
on
January,
the TV.
I believe.
So you're getting ahead of the game. Get them now before Christmas if you want to from us, and we'll ship them directly to your door. Now, Sam on Facebook wants to just double check while the rulers are generic and they will work with other quilting feet.
All rulers, all quilting rulers will work with all quilting feet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, I'm going to say, I have a really, really super duper deluxe Bernina, and with the Bernina, it has its own specialised foot. You can't use these. That's fair enough. But I can use these rulers, and I can use all the rulers that are out there on the market, of which there are a huge amount of brands actually that do quilting rulers. So any of those will work with my Bernina, but they'll also work with my stitch.
Right.
So all of the feet will work with, apart from the Bernina, will work with my stitch, as will the rulers. So if you've already got a foot, these rulers will work.
So
if you've already got some rulers, then the foot will work.
If you're starting out and you're thinking, right, okay, I need the foot, mine is a low shank machine, 99% or 90% of the machines out there are, so I need that. I love the idea of having this fantastic glossy surface that my fabric literally slides
It's
over.
lovely.
That's coming with the foot as well. But then you're going to get, of course, the one-day special too, where you're only paying for 2 of the rulers. You're getting the third one as a bonus. And on Flexi, you can put everything into the Flexi basket and spread the cost over 2 payments.
And then you'll get everything straight away, and you'll start. So you can look at the accuracy of that. I mean, I might have wobbled a little bit, but that's because I'm on live TV, and I'm sure I can be forgiven. So look, I've done a cross-hatch design, which means I can, if you look at the actual ruler itself, it has those grid marks, look, top and bottom and in the sides, and it's got diagonals as well. So I've got everything there to follow when I put it on my material. Nothing is left to chance, Dave.
Would you suggest playing with some scrap fabric to get used to the rulers and what they do?
Absolutely, definitely. Absolutely, definitely. And I would also, if you're going to practice, just invest in some nice wadding to actually put on the back, because that really does help. If you're doing free motion embroidery, because you can with this foot as well, don't forget, you can use keep it on there, and you can use your free motion, do your free motion embroidery with it, okay?
I've got to tell you that we do have big queues on the phones. How long's the queue at the moment? About 3-minute queue at the moment on the phones. That's a lot of you trying to place your order for this at the same time. If you can use the website, it's getting longer and longer. It's now 4 minutes long. Please use the website if you can to avoid the queue, hochanda.com. There is a sense of urgency that you need to place your order for this sooner rather than later. The stock is going very, very fast. It's something that you've been looking for and wanted. And maybe you're adding to a collection of rulers that you've already got.
Absolutely.
Fantastic if you are.
I can't even count how many rulers I've got. Because I love doing ruler work, I invest my money into rulers. They make the most amazing, accurate results. They're also very fun to do. I really enjoy the process. It's all very methodical. It's a bit like free motion, but a little bit more control, because you've got the ruler to guide you. So it just makes the whole thing more pleasurable. Now, if you're wondering, will your let me think, my machine, I didn't use the stitch, and I don't think I used this this machine here. I think I used a slightly smaller machine, just perhaps one step up from there. And I did a whole quilt. So not that one, this one I did a whole quilt using the rulers and rolling my quilt underneath the arm here, and the whole quilt went underneath. That's all ruler work that's on there. Nothing has been missed out. It's absolutely covered in ruler work. I just chose 2 designs and just repeated it all across the whole thing.
I mean, free motion has got its place, but there's something about seeing something so
lovely.
uniform and so precise and accurate. To do that without the ruler, you'd never be able to do it, surely.
No, there's no surprises going on with that quilt. I know exactly what designs I've used, where I've used it. Nothing is going to jar my eyes when I look at the quilt. The whole thing is really pleasurable. So you can do a whole quilt through that using the rulers. Now, or you can do 12-inch blocks. So the quilt behind us here was made up with 12-inch blocks using the rulers. That is absolutely covered in ruler work. Might be difficult to see, but I promise you it has. And then all of those 12-inch blocks were actually joined together with what's called a quilt-as-you-go method. It's very easy. I can always talk you through it another time. But so you can do just your 12-inch blocks, your 8-inch blocks, your 6-inch blocks, and then join them together. That surely is a really manageable thing.
Because remember, each ruler has got 5 sides, 5 different edges that you can use, 5 different designs in effect. One of them's actually got 6. So you've got 16 different decorative edges on these rulers that you can use in more than one way. You've got potential here for dozens and dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, possibly. me, of different shapes?
Well, I know our Tricia did all those purple ones, and they're not all on the heap. If our lovely floor manager brought them to us, they're not all there because we have some out on the front. So there's nearly 30, I think, and then I did about nearly 20.
That's 50.
So that's how much is that? About 40.
40 or 50. But look.
And we could have gone on and on and on. And depending on how you look at them will depend on what you can do. Put your grid lines on there. Now, I deliberately left Trish's chalk marks on there because I could have just dampened a cloth and wiped them off, but I didn't want to. I wanted you to see how easy it was for her to draw her grid lines and then to use the rulers to follow those grid lines.
I do love the fact that you've got the markings on the rulers as well, the 1/4 inch markings, so you can very accurately space all of your stitch lines, so you just get that wonderful uniformity, a truly professional finish using your sewing machine. You don't have to an all singing or dancing machine, just a run-of-the-mill bulk standard quite cheap machine will give you results like this as well.
My stitch machine, as I say, I will be using the stitch machine. My stitch machine has done a lot of ruler work recently. I did a whole video using the stitch machine, and it just does an absolutely brilliant job. It really does.
I mean, that's the shape that you used a few minutes ago to make that flower. Look at the totally different pattern, and you can do probably a dozen different ways still using that shape, making them into different patterns. So it's endless. I mean, that could be Christmas trees, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Really
they can be layered up, they can be multiplied, that you can do like shadow quilting as well. You could try our hand at a bit of like free motion by doing a design and then copying it yourself, not using a ruler, but you've got the ability there to be completely and utterly accurate from the get-go using these. And I just think, I know they're my designs, but I think they're awesome.
I do too. That is only some of what you can do, part of what you can do using these rulers. Just quickly, a heads up for you, if you want the brights, the festive and the sea breeze in the felts, if maybe you're making wonderful little felt animals or little characters for the Christmas season or whatever, it's not £14.97, it's £10.48 if you use the code CC18. 30% of the felt has gone already. Today is the last day for the wheel deal. The next 24 hours is going to be used in Crafters Companion shows. So there'll be a different deal each show, unless the same number comes in again, of course. But you're getting it today, 30% off for all that felt. How many sheets of felt is it in total? It's quite a lot, isn't it? We'll work that out and let you know, but there's a lot there. So if you want it, CC18 in the promo code box. You can put it in the same order as you're going for the one-day special. And also you can, of course, spread the cost with Flexi if you're going for the one-day special and having a Flexi order. 18 sheets in total, so 3 sets of 6. There we go.
So it could be that all you're going to do is just this little wavy line down the edge of a pillow or a cushion, and then you're just going to repeat it. So look, where I've stopped here, I actually stopped. Let me just bring this up. I actually stopped on that little dashed line there. That's where I stopped. I've now moved my ruler along, and I'm going to start on that dashed line there,
so which means
there's no guesswork. Absolutely no guesswork at all. You've also got lines on your ruler foot as well. There's no pressure. I'm not forcing anything. I'm very relaxed. If I want to do a second row, I can just come along here and I can just do a little bit of free motion, and then I can either turn my work, which means I've got this underneath my machine. You can just fold that back, or I can turn the ruler. It's entirely up to me. It's my design. So then I can replicate this. Now what you could do, again, you've got marker lines on here that you can line up. So we know that's the middle of a curve. So again, I could take this off my machine now. I could draw my lines across my fabric to make sure that I'm always hitting that center line, but I'm just going to do it by eye. So then all I'm going to do is just have a quick look, make sure I'm lined up, and then I'm just going to travel along. I'm in no hurry. I'm enjoying the process. Hopefully I've got this lined up, so I can't quite see.
Now remember, if you have already got a foot that does this job, these rulers will work with that foot, no matter where you got the foot from. If you haven't, we've got them in the show, so that solves that problem if you haven't actually got the foot. If you already use other rulers as well, and you're going to go for this foot today, those rulers that you've already got from anybody else will work with this foot too. So it all kind of crosses over. And originally, remember, this concept originated about 6 years ago in Australia. So there are many, I mean, you own some of the original rulers as well. And this is Crafters Companion, and in particular Lizzie's twist on the ruler system with shapes that you've you've been busy designing over the last
Yeah, I knew
months?
what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted lots of little curves. I wanted triangles. I wanted the heart for sure. So I just had a sort of a doodle. I just decided, yep, these are great. HQ sort of tidied them up a bit. Stephanie added her twist with her design as well. And between us, we came up with these designs, and I just think they're absolutely glorious. So where I could actually keep going with that and replicate that, I could, if I wanted to, I could just come along a little bit more, and then I could actually do a more of a closer wave design. So don't forget, your ruler foot is 1/2 inch across, your needle is right slap bang in the middle, which means that you've got it's 1/4 inch from the edge of your ruler to your needle. So wherever you put your ruler, don't forget you've got 1/4 inch to think about when you start putting your designs down. And this is why it's quite good to have a pencil or a pen that's 1/4 inch deep, put some tape in it or something to build it up. So again, all I'm doing now is just repeating that design, using my grid marks to really help me. And again, this is something you could do on I mean, if you could do it on a scrap piece of fabric before you even start your project, you will know exactly what you love, what you want to repeat. If it's something you think, oh no, I don't like that, then start again and find something you absolutely do love, because this, I have to say, is the best fun you're going to have for a long time.
I've just got to ask Liam, have we still got queues? Yeah. The queues are still there, so please, if you could, use the website hochanda.com. And again, a big shout out to all of our American fans of Crafters Companion who are watching online right now. If you want to get these, they're not going to be over with you in the States until about January, I believe, next year, I think. You can order them from us right now. If you're a Freedom member, you will get, of course, your shipping and handling paid for. They'll be on their way. You'll get them in a matter of days. If you're in Europe, you can also order from any of the countries that we can ship to, and we'll put that up on the screen before the end of the show. Your Freedom membership is €14.97. If you're an American viewer, your is $19.99, and that takes care of all the shipping. But more importantly, you're going to get these ahead of anybody else. And quilting in the USA is massive, absolutely massive, much bigger than here. So they're flying out, they really are, in both America, Europe and the UK. Over 30% of the one-day special is gone, and we're not even half an hour into the first show. Very, very, very busy indeed. Now, we've had a question from Jane, I believe. Hello, Jane. Far away. She's already ordered this. The bonus is that her mum and dad is buying it for her. That's always a good bonus, isn't it, for a birthday?
Jane.
Fantastic. She wants to know whether you have to drop the feed dogs or not.
Oh, good point.
Didn't think about that.
Actually, do you know I haven't?
Because you don't need to with that mat
Because
on.
I've got my slider over the top. That's why we can use the stitch, because the stitch has a darning plate, and you can't use that with the rulers because you need a little bit of space. So we realised that once you put the slider over the top, and that is such a great question, because I wouldn't have thought about that.
No.
I promise you, I have not dropped my feed dogs, because I would have remembered doing it when I came into studio, and I haven't. And I had to use them with the feed dogs up before I came to work today, so I know that they're up. But the slider actually protects. Now, the other thing you can do, and this is really quite a good little tip, is that you can put, which I haven't done, but you can put your stitch length onto 0, and that'll stop those feed dogs really sort of working like they're supposed to work. But the slider, to be honest,
because I suppose the feed dogs are rubbing against the mat, aren't they?
Yes.
So better to drop them if you can.
Yeah, and I'll just reduce my stitch length now we've said that. Thank you.
Now, we've also had a question about the Gemini stitch, which is just here. Is it high or a low shank?
It's a low shank.
It's a low shank. Most modern machines are.
All of my machines, I have a few makes of machines at home, probably 4, and they are all a low shank. We tend to, in the UK, have low shank machines. So, you know, go and find yours and measure. Shall I do that now?
Yeah,
Shall
why
I
not?
show?
So
Because
we
we're
can show
halfway.
you, because if you're wondering, you're not sure what to measure from where to where.
Yeah, because I'm only just having a play. Isn't that amazing about the feed dogs? I hadn't even thought about that.
No,
There we are.
didn't cross my mind, hasn't it?
No, no. So, and like I say, this really sort of, it really grips.
Very clever, look.
Yeah, and it will, it just, I can't describe, but it's absolutely rock solid on there.
What it does do is it makes the movement of the fabric over the surface super
really
smooth.
nice. Yeah, so I'll take this off so we can have a little look-see. And you can see how well it grips. And if it gets a bit mucky, with fibres, you can see it just keeps it's like magnetic attraction. Then just wipe it over with a wipe or a damp cloth, and that'll take some of the fibres off. Okay. But we can see that my feed dogs are actually raised. So when you customise your mat, and you'll see I've done this for the stitch. All I've done is put a little letterbox in the middle of my mat. I've literally cut that out myself, and that protects the feed dogs, and it protects your needle and all the rest of it.
And that comes with the foot, remember? So you're getting that as well, you're not paying extra for it, it's in the bundle. Yeah.
And as long as you can get that needle into your bobbin housing, if you like, then that's fine. It's not a very big hole. I think it's a good job, actually. So if I was to show you, I wonder if I might have a ruler handy that I can. So look, I've taken mine off. Now look, this is the same with any ruler foot that you get, unless it's something like a Bernini where they're specialised. You actually have an awful lot of flexibility on where you put that screw. So my screw tends to sit about there, but yours might sit a little bit higher. What you want it to do is just skim the surface. So I've got to take that screw out and lower your presser foot, your shank. Yeah. Okay, so just imagine you've got your presser foot on there. Sorry, it's a long... There we go, there we go. So where the hole is on that's super. Right down on the flat of the bed of the machine will be on mine, I think probably about ½ an inch. I haven't actually measured this one. But certainly on the stitch, it is exactly ½ an inch. Okay. But also I've got the flexibility of the foot, because I know that with mine, it has to sit a little bit lower. So I have to then adjust mine up or down a little bit, and that's what you've got. So then if it's any higher than that, so if I bring my screwdriver in, you'll see, if it's any higher than that, let's say there or higher, that is a high shank, but there's not many. Right. Okay, so there's not many.
And check the manufacturer's guide as well, because they all say in the instructions whether it's a high or a low shank machine anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So I just need to put this on there.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll just remind you of the deal wheel deal. Don't forget about this. 50% of the stock is gone, and we're exactly halfway through the show. So it's potentially going to be a sellout by the end of the show. Lots of you going for the one-day special and adding this into your order at the same time. It's a great opportunity to actually stock up with your Brights, your Festive, and your Sea Breeze as well. You're saving £7.49 off what the price usually should be, £17.97. It's £10.48 for this hour only. If you put CC18 in the promo code box, that will then activate that special extra 30% off the price. Okay, 632439. Put it into your item code section on the website when you're ordering, or ask the operator for it, and then mention CC18 or put CC18 in the promo code. You'll get the extra discount. Now, okay, update on the stock on the one-day special. 40% of the stock has gone in half an hour of the new one-day special. Just to explain to you how this works, what this is, because it looks a bit odd. You look at it and think, well, what do I do with that? It's all weird shapes. It's actually 16 different edges of ruler, which you can use to create the most imaginative stitch patterns using the foot that we've been talking about today. Now, this is Lizzie's twist on what first came out from Australia about 6 years ago. She already owns those original rulers from Australia. She's got them in her own possession. She owns them and uses them regularly. So she wanted to develop rulers that work along the same lines but do different things. And what you've got here are 16 different edges that you can rely on. There's supposed to be 5 on each one, but one of them's actually got 6 different designs on them. You've got the heart, you've got the oval, you've got the wavy lines, you've got all sorts of different shapes and sizes. The bauble or the light bulb, it could be at the end there maybe as well. The tree, possibly it could be too. But on the back of the packaging, it shows you just literally some of the shapes that you can achieve with the sides of the ruler that are on the actual ruler itself. So that's the first one. This one is the second one. And you've got, remember, good grip technology on this as well. So these are just some of the shapes and some of the patterns you can create. You can come up with your own. You really, really can very easily. And then this is the third and final one. There it is. Flip it round. Those are just some of the designs. But we've shown you an awful lot more, and you can again come up with your own designs as well. Now, 16 designs, but you can make so much more with them. I mean, these down here, we've not actually held these up yet, but these are some of the other ones that weren't in the swatches a few minutes ago. We've shown you about 30, 40, actually we've shown you 50, because we showed you those cream quilted patterns as well. All of these are done using these rulers. There's a petal, there's a flower. There again, you've got the interlocking petals too on that particular one. So you can take a shape and put your own twist on it. So there are probably hundreds of different permutations possible with these rulers today. Just to tell you again, the ruler itself has got a textured surface both sides. So when you put, obviously, plastic onto fabric, normally it slides. With this, it's not sticky, but it's just got a texture. So it grips to the surface of the fabric. So although the fabric is moving effortlessly because you've got that base on your machine, the actual fabric and the ruler are becoming one. They're becoming joined, basically, while you're using it. So it gives you a better professional result, okay? Now, the price, they should be £24.99 each. And after the one-day special, they will be £24.99 each. So in other words, £74.97 for all 16 edges. Now, you're getting one as a bonus. You're not paying for one. You're buying 3, but you're only paying for 2. So you're getting a £24.99 discount. And if that weren't enough, we're giving it to you with 2 flexis if you want to have it. You don't have to have it, but if you would rather spread the cost over 2 payments, you're only paying for 1 ruler today at £24.99. No P&P if you're a Freedom Club member. And you pay for the second ruler in 4 weeks' time. But you'll have them straight away to use and play with, to experiment with as well. Over 40% of the entire day's stock has gone. There are massive interest in America at the moment. Lots of you ordering in dollars. Loads of you in Europe ordering them as well. And remember, if you want the Freedom membership to save on shipping and handling, it's €14.97 for you in Europe, $19.99 in the USA. And you can do all that on the website, Hochanda.com, and it's £6.97. Of course, if you're in the UK ordering them right now, that is your Freedom membership. But what an opportunity. The cushion, all of these swatches, the bag. What do you decorate and what do you want to quilt? What projects have you got on the go at the moment and you're thinking, do you know what, I'd like to try that? These are compatible with other feet that are out there. If you bought other feet from other people or from other companies, these rulers will work with those feet. Equally, if you've got another foot that you've bought from, or another ruler that you've bought from another company, these or those rulers will work with this foot as well that we're showing you today from Crafter's Companion. £24.99, that's all you pay today, and they're on their way to you. 032675 is your item number. And again, to show you just some of the elaborate patterns you can create using this ruler system. It really is quite superb. I'll just do a few more for you as well. I mean, look at that. How would you ever start to do a pattern like that and recreate that again and again and again? That could be holly, couldn't it, if you wanted it to be? If it was on green, it would look like holly. All these patterns, achievable. You could have the arrows going one way, the other way, make them look like Christmas trees. That's what we made the flower out of earlier on, look, but that's a totally different pattern using the rulers in a different way. And I love the fact they've got the 1/4 inch markers on the rulers as well. That means you could be incredibly accurate, incredibly precise. All of these are achievable, and all you're spending today is £24.99. I'm excited for you because you're probably thinking, do you know what? There's so much variety. I can do so many different things with them. Absolutely, and they're not breaking the bank. And if you do want to add the foot to your order, we've got the low and the high shank feet available as well. We'll show you that detail in just a second, but I'll just show you a couple more there. Oh, those little lovely interlocking love hearts. Yeah, it is never ending. There's just so many ways you can use them. This is the same one. That's the heart there, and it's the heart there, but used in totally different ways. So the sky's the limit, basically. Brilliant. Okay, well, it is flying, and you can understand why. Okay, let's move on then to the feet. Now, provided your machine is 1/2 inch, no more than 1/2 inch from the screw point to the base of your plate, you are needing the low shank, okay? If it's higher than that, you need the high shank, but the vast majority of machines are low shank. So order the low shank if that's the one that you think you want, and you will also get this fantastic sheet as well, which is what Lizzie put onto the machine, which helps the fabric glide over effortlessly. It kind of sticks to the base of the machine, but there's no glue or anything like that. It's like a resistance. 40% of the low shank has gone at $29.98. The other side, remember, is perfectly smooth, so your fabric, when you're using the rulers and everything, just glide effortlessly over the top. $26.98, that's the Freedom price, remember, if you're a Freedom member, and you can put that into your flexi order if you'd like to spread the cost over the 2 payments, if you're going for the ruler system itself. So everything can be put into your flexi order if you'd like to. Okay. Now, let's show you on the website how to change it to dollars. We're getting some questions and emails asking about that. You go to menu, then you click that little button there, and it says, where are you? Where are you shipping to? So if you're the United States, you click United States, and then you click your currency, which is obviously US dollars, and then update your preferences, and there we go. You'll see all of the items transferred into dollars for you. So that's how you can order if you want to ship to the USA and pay in dollars or euros. Couldn't be simpler. And if we go to the end, there's Freedom Look, $19.99 in dollars for a month's membership, and that will take care of any shipping and handling charges you would otherwise have. Any items that you buy for the next month will be shipped to your door without any postage. Now, that is amazing, because I know how much it costs to have things shipped from the USA to the UK when I've had to pay shipping and handling, and it's been a lot of money. So you can save yourself an awful lot by joining the Freedom Club, Europe, USA, and of course the UK as well. What a busy show.
Do you know what? It doesn't feel like I'm at work.
I know.
Because I absolutely love doing this. You've no idea.
I know, I can see it in your face.
And actually, between shows, I will probably be sitting here just doodling and playing. Because it is kind of doodling. But yeah, what I wanted to show you was this. You know, we had the little flower before, and we just did this before. Well, that gorgeous pink quilt that's right in front of me, which is kind of stuck to the top here. Can you see how that's... I think that's adorable.
Yeah, it is.
And again, you could use your heat erasable pen and actually mark, let's say, the centre, so that could be like, I don't know, 5 inches between each one, and then centralise them, and you could have the whole border of just a cushion. It looks like noughts and crosses, doesn't it?
Astrological as well.
Yeah,
it's like orbits,
planets and things like that.
Yeah.
And I just spotted that because I thought, again, that's another design. And you can see again how another one of our designs have been put on there as well. Just one single row, which I think is so classy. But then again, you could fill all this with your free motion vermicelli. I can never say that word. Squiggly free motion embroidery. You could fill that in. You could fill that in as well with your free motion. You could do your hand embroidery in there as well.
Look, this is just 3 ways of using that stretched oval. Flower.
Yes.
There's the kind of orbit look, and it's the same shape,
yes.
just used in different ways. So
it's just like a chain, isn't it?
How many different ways are there to use all these shapes?
I can't even give you a figure, because everyone's going to be different. And you could actually use just half the oval if you want to, and just have that gorgeous sort of big loopy design.
Of course, that.
I love that. Absolutely.
It's like those
fantastic.
globes you put your hand on. The other ones on the electric globes. A bit like that.
Oh dear, oh dear. So I've just picked another one of my favourites. Obviously I do have favourites.
Could be turrets on a castle or something.
Yeah, now that's the one I love. I love this one because there's several ways of actually repeating that, if you like, which I'm going to show you different to that one.
It looks like a jigsaw piece now.
Yeah,
that way around,
but also, can you see, now I really want you to see this, because Tricia has left her chalk lines in there. Now with a damp cloth they come off. She needed to use chalk because it's a dark fabric, but I deliberately kept them on there because I want you to see this is how you can do it. This is how you can make it really much more easier for you to actually line everything up by having that grid, and it all comes off. So it's just another easy way. The other thing is, with the hearts that we saw before, you would want to, each one of those, I want to point it out, I don't want to hide anything, is that you break off there, do you see?
Yep.
And then you start again. But what you can do is actually travel up to this one point here, and then do your second heart, travel again and do a second heart. So you don't have to break your thread off. You can continue with the design should you wish. It's entirely up to you. There are absolutely no rules with this whatsoever. I just want you to have a ball, and I want to hear everybody's stories because I am super excited about what you're seeing.
Is your machine coming out of semi-retirement? Are you thinking,
please.
hey, hang on a minute, this is what I've been looking for, this is what I've been wanting, rulers that are going to give me professional results so that I can have fun again. And all you've got to be able to do is literally hold on to the ruler and guide it. Provided you can do that, the ruler is doing the work for you. You know, it's just so satisfying standing back once the ruler gets taken away. I think, I just did that.
And you don't have to go super fast. I'm using my foot control on the floor, but you could use your stop-start button if you want to. I'm old school, Dave. I like my foot control, but I was watching somebody yesterday doing some free motion with the stop-start, which is one of these buttons on here. Well, I hardly ever use it. It's that one there, and you could use that. There's no reason why. You know, if you need to use the stop-start, then that's great. You can, but go sort of intermediate speed. Don't go super speedy. I mean, I couldn't even do it super speedy. But the great thing is, you know, I've just stopped there. Okay, put your needle in. If you haven't got a needle down function, literally use your wheel on the side of your machine to put your needle in, because that stabilises everything. And all I've done is I stopped there with my little dotty line. I don't know if you're able to see it, my little dotty line just there. I stopped right on the end there, look, and all I'm going to do is move my ruler down and line that dotty line up with my needle again. And I haven't had to do anything other than enjoy the process of doing some quilting. And if you do practice on scrap fabric, then use some wadding as well, because it always makes such a big difference. I'm taking my time, there's no rush.
I'd be quite tempted to do what you've done here for the show. Do swatches.
Yes.
Because they're great to have as a reference. So if you had to do that last time, you know, you've got it there. Join them all together, put a little stitch in them, or maybe put a hole in the fabric and put a jump ring through them. They're like a swatch for you to just go back and look at. But it's a good way of getting used to the way the rulers behave, getting re-familiarise yourself with your machine if you've had a break from using it for a while. But then you can see if you made a mistake what went wrong, so you don't do it again.
Yes.
But it's a great way of getting the most out of your rulers and then going on to the projects after you've done a few swatches like this. Did you do all these? Or?
Tricia did the purple ones, I did the cream ones.
Right.
And it's funny because when I was looking at Tricia's, I was thinking, oh, I wish I'd thought of that. Yeah. Because you've got the reference, if you like, of the lines that she's done and the pictures and everything, then I could replicate that. So I was thinking, well, actually, that would make a great demonstration for everybody to see.
That's the same shape, but look. Now they become stars because you've done two, a quarter turn.
Yes.
Makes them look completely different.
Yes. And if you're worried about centralising, do your grid line. Do your grid line so you know where you're aiming.
Another question, Lizzie.
Okay.
From Sue, wants to know what wadding do you recommend?
Right, okay. So I'm afraid I only ever use two types of wadding. I'm a little bit particular about my wadding, but this is my personal choice. Okay. I like soya and I like bamboo. And the reason for that is it's super soft. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very thin as well, and because it's a natural product, it's incredibly warm.
Do you have that on the website?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I know we've got other types of wadding on the website.
Yes, if you can get a wadding that's as thin as that. Now, there's no technical reason why I've chosen thin. It's because it's a natural product. Yeah, you've probably got cotton actually.
Right.
I know Hayley brings some as well, doesn't she? And the mill.
Sixpenny Memories do as well.
Yes, lots of people do. But if you could get a natural one, because you don't need it to be thick. You can if you want, but you don't need that thickness for warmth. It's amazing that something as thin as that, because it's a natural product, will actually keep you very cosy. I mean, that is my cosy blanket that I have on my sofa.
Well, I'll tell you what, there are plenty of waddings if you take a look on our website, hochanda.com. I know Sixpenny Members are here tomorrow. They will have waddings, so you can go to their brand shop and have a look through there, see what they've got.
Definitely.
I think we're getting more questions coming in. Feel free to send them in. The Gemini stitch is the question we're being asked. Can you put other feet that you've already got to use the rulers on that, or do you need to buy the shank we got on the show?
You have to have the ruler foot.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
that is my one sort of thing that I really have to sort of be quite firm about. You cannot use an embroidery foot or a darning foot. You have to use the ruler foot.
We are very aware that a lot of you will already have a foot like this from someone else or somewhere else, or another company or whatever, and that will fit obviously these rulers. Absolutely no problem at all. If you've got one maybe from a machine manufacturer, that's going to fit with these rulers as well.
Because a lot of manufacturers do their own ruler foot. You could just go and investigate that if you want to. But the low shank or the high shank that we've got today will fit all of those machines that you have, you know, whatever. I mean, I've got, like I say, I've got 4 different makes of machine at home, and this is absolutely fine with it. But you must always use a ruler foot. You cannot use an embroidery foot with ruler work.
Okay, now in 3/4 of an hour, 50% of the low shank foot has gone. It's $29.98, and remember, we're not just giving you the foot, we're actually giving you the fantastic base that you can see here, this fantastic surface that Liz is actually using to go over the surface. It makes the fabric float, almost like it's in air, and it's not it's not sticky and gluey. It just it bonds itself to the base of your table that you're using, and it's repositionable. You can peel it away, and it doesn't leave any residue behind. But it just gives you that lovely smooth surface that you can do your quilting on.
Yeah, you've got a tacky bottom. That's what you've got. And what I suggest you do, let me just try and get this out of its box. I have more difficulty getting it in the box than anything else.
And this is included with the foot that you choose today.
Yeah, so it's not customised. You see, it looks like a craft mat, but it's not a craft mat. So you would need to put the hole in to your slider to fit over your machine.
Yep.
Because obviously the width between your needle and the back of your machine here, under the arm there, is different on all machines. When you look at mine, perhaps, and compare it to the stitch, mine was actually, my slider is customised to the stitch.
Yeah.
So it's about an inch. You can see it doesn't fit this machine by an inch, but it fits that perfectly.
Now, we've only got 6 minutes left on this show.
Oh,
Matt and Lizzie are going to be with you at 8 o'clock live with another update and another hour for you. Any questions that are burning and you're thinking, oh, I've got to ask this, I've got to ask that, get your questions in. We'll answer as many as we can through the 8 o'clock show tonight and through our live shows tomorrow. Lizzie and I are back live at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So have a think of any questions you may have, but whatever you do, if you want to go, if you're brand new to this, you do need to have the foot that's right for your machine.
Yes.
So either high or low shank. That's the one thing you've got to work out. You're going to get this mat that you can see Lizzie showing you at the moment as well. Look, that isn't going anywhere. When that's on the board, that's staying there until you physically lift it off.
I could probably lift up the table once this is on, using, not the actual table, take this table.
Then go for the one-day
solid.
special, because that will give you all 3 of those rulers, and it's on FlexiBuy, so you can put the shank, or the actual foot, sorry, into your Flexi order and spread the cost of that over the 2 payments as well. Join Freedom if you're not a member of the Freedom Club. You'll get, of course, the postage paid as well, and there's a Freedom price on this as well. So it just makes absolute sense to become a Freedom member if you're not. Go for the foot, go for the rulers, put it in Flexi and spread the cost. And what would that be if you actually went for this? If you went for the foot, that's on Freedom discount, and put it in your Flexi order, so that would be about £13 today on top of your first Flexi payment for your rulers. So that'd be about just under 40 quid. Yeah, it'd be just under £40 today, and you'll get all 3 rulers, and you get the foot, and you get the mat delivered in the next few days, and then the final £40 just before, in 4 weeks' time. Yeah, absolutely.
So there we are. So that's another way of using that particular design there, and I could have done it further, closer together or further apart, but that is exactly 1/4 inch, because I use the edge of my ruler as my guide. So again, using those 1/4 inch marks that are on your ruler, you'll be able to have complete and utter accuracy every single time. Just absolutely super, and that's what we did earlier with that one. That's just one little design there. I could have done it so many different ways, so it's just wonderful.
So many great offers, including the deal wheel that we span just after 6 o'clock this evening, and it's the last day of the deal wheel because it's the last day of the 13th birthday celebrations from Crafters Companion. This is the felt bundle. I know lots of you have been grabbing, very busy on the phones for this and on the website as well. You're getting the 70% gone. You're getting 3 bundles of felt. There are 18 sheets of felt in total. You're going to get the Brights, the Festive and the Sea Breeze. Normally they'd be £17.97, but we're giving you a discounted prices anyway, and we're going to give you 30% off that discounted price. So £14.97 goes down to only £10.48. You get the lot. CC18 is what you've got to make sure either you tell the operator or put it in your promo code box. Only until 7 o'clock that offer applies, so you've only got literally about 6 minutes to go. £7.49 gets you all, no, you save £7.49, sorry, £10.48 gets you all 18 of those felt squares from Threaders. Excellent, but it's all about the one-day special. Brand new. These haven't even been launched in the USA yet. They will be, I think, in January. So if you're watching us in America and you want to get these, you can order them from us. We showed you how to do that in dollars on the website, hochanda.com. It will be shipped to your door wherever you are, East Coast, West Coast, without any shipping and handling if you're a Freedom member. Same goes for Europe as well. If you're watching us in Europe, you can order these as well. Get ahead of the game. 032675, though, if you're in the UK, it is our one-day special. £24.99 you save, you get 3 rulers for the price of 2. You're only spending, if you want Flexi, the price of one ruler tonight, $24.99, no P&P if you're a Freedom member, and $24.99 in 4 weeks' time. But you're going to have 16 edges on these rulers to play with.
And the one that you might use the most of is this straight edge here. And we deliberately left that one straight because if you just want to do stitching in the ditch, which is quite a popular thing to do because that's nice and easy to do, you've got that straight line there. And please use your rulers because you will get that accuracy.
Is that the 16th edge?
Yeah, it is. And I think that's the one, in fact, that could be the one that you start with. So again, you could use your grid work again to use this and make like a tartan effect.
And remember, there are plenty of images on the front of the packaging and also on the back of the packaging. If you're very much a novice and you're thinking, oh, I don't really know what to do or how to achieve anything, that gives you lots of inspiration, okay? So there are some patterns on the packaging to gain inspiration from. Now, we've had another question. This is from Sue, and she's asking, is it a good idea to wear quilting gloves for ruler work, or is it not necessary?
To be honest, although I've got mine with me, I doubt whether I'll put them on.
Is that because
you've got the non-slip? There's nothing to slip, all right, except the thing that you want to slip, which is the fabric against your slider. The actual, the one thing about these that stands out from the crowd is that non-slip coating on both sides. They feel a little bit rough. Can't really describe how they feel, but they feel a little bit rough. They will not move. They're absolutely solid. So with quilting gloves, you tend to grip everything with your quilting gloves. They've got little silicone pads on, and you grip the ruler and everything. They are the most relaxing rulers that I have ever used, and I'm not just saying that. I believe in what I say. I'm always telling you the truth because there's nothing about them that's going to slip or slide. Your design isn't going to go off to one side. Your quilting, your ruler foot's not going to slide because it's going to be right up against them. They're not too thick. They're not too thin, the rulers. They are absolutely perfect. They've been designed especially to make this super easy for everybody, to make it, oh, look at that, to make it achievable for everybody at home to do this ruler work. You can do them on big quilts if you want. I'll show you tomorrow. Or you can do your 12-inch blocks and join them together, which actually I think is probably better.
More demos tonight with Matt and with Lizzie. What a busy show.
Yeah. I'm so pleased because I know everybody's going to have such fun.
You can order in between shows. Remember, you can order on the website without the need to talk to anyone. If you want to talk to an operator, give us a call and they'll sort it out for you. 01733 60 2000. Have a lovely evening.